retired rider. Retired rider. Gather round, folks, and listen to my story about John the retired rider. 30 years on the back of a hog. The rest of those years was sitting on a hollow log. Don't get the wrong idea about me. I will explain it the best I can. He's a damn good looking man. He's a hot-blooded American bike rider up in Ohio land. Gone as fast as he can.
That's still not as good as yours. Oh, man. Good evening. Do we have anybody? We got 3 people. Hey, there you go. What's happening, everybody?
Peace. Happy Friday. Happy
Yeah.
Good Friday.
Friday. Happy Good Friday.
Good Friday. So I
does that mean
realized
that means we have to be good then, right? Because it's Good Friday.
what's crazy. Well, I realized today that the dump is closed, but the mail still ran.
Cool.
Now, what kind of sense does that make?
Don't make
You know,
any sense.
Yeah, like
Right.
I thought, why would the dump be closed? That should be city or county, right, or whatever, or state.
County, probably. State, maybe. I don't know.
It's closed, but the damn mail ran. UPS ran. The regular mail lady ran today, and I'm like, now why did I thought they? Which not every government thing is closed, so or whatever. But
And
I
not
thought,
everybody celebrates Good Friday.
yeah, and
So-
well, not just that. It's like I would really have thought the dump would have been open. Why would the dump be closed? I mean, I get the school was out for the kids, but
Some schools weren't. I was that 300-mile loop we did today, that
Yeah.
ride. There were schools in Indiana that were open, that had classes. So, because we looped from Ohio around Indiana, we went to Madison, we went to Versailles, we went to Rising Sun. We looped. I mean, we did a big loop, and it was nice.
hey, Lolly, how are you? Yeah, I mean, but my day was, it's been okay. It's been, nothing major. Just
And I got 6 grandkids in the other room. So,
oh yeah, that's right. You do, don't you? Ooh, hey,
hey, Salty, how you doing?
your schools had classes today, huh? See, ours did. I don't know. Ours takes off for everything. Seems like, and I think they get like 13 snow days a year or something like that.
Took me 2 hours to go 10 miles, turned around and come home. Never made it to the church barbecue. Traffic to the island was insane, to say the least. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Brickster, what's up? What's my opinion on taxes?
Yeah.
Well,
I want to pay them.
you have
I
to
don't wanna
pay
pay
them, but I don't want to pay. Yeah, I don't believe in that crap. I don't believe in the government should have not have done that. They said it was going to be a temporary thing in World War II. And of course, they seen how much money they could take from the American people. So
I like turtles.
it wasn't a, temporary thing. It was a,
Hey, Gloria, how you doing?
hello, Gloria. So I don't believe we should pay. I believe every dime we earn, we should be able to keep and do what we want with it. We
Right.
shouldn't have to pay taxes and then go to the store and pay taxes again on every dollar we actually get to keep of our own money, that they allow us to keep. I don't find that pleasant,
Hello, Robert. How's it going, man? How's it going? Fuck taxes, or excuse my language. Screw taxes, man. I don't pay them.
I mean, they just take half our stuff, or more.
Yeah. Or Salty say taxes are a trip. They take 32% of
A rip
income and they
off.
don't. Yeah.
A
Or
rip of the take 30
Yeah.
of income, and they don't do.
All is good, Robert. Thank you. Glad
Yeah,
all
what's
is
up,
good with
Rob?
you.
But no, man, I just I don't know. It's hard to get into certain things because until I do the complete research. But I do believe in fair trade. You know, we shouldn't be getting ripped off. You know, like we have for years and years. Uh, that's the way I see it, though. Like
Yeah.
we're going to deal with the country, and we're going to take their crappy products that break, the cheap ones like they all make. They should take our products. You know, they refuse to take any of our vehicles or anything that's like certain things. Australia, places like that, they refuse to take our meat. They can't stand our hamburger meat or any of our meat products. So
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
The
know.
hell with politics. The hell with taxes. The hell with it.
Yeah. We're not gonna. It's not gonna change anytime, so it don't matter. I mean, truthfully.
Nope. Not gonna change. Nobody's gonna change it.
No.
I'm still a bit salty from cutting the yearly check to the government. Everybody does. Nobody likes it. Nobody. I think we do away with all.
Like the rough do. Save you money. Have to take your own taxes out every year and save it back to pay. What's up, buddy?
You, man. Hey guys, happy Bad Friday. No, that's not good.
No. If it's been bad, sorry. Mine's been halfway decent. Got a lot of yard work done. Got the grill going again and getting it set up and
getting it ready for all the peoples.
Yeah, like I said, it's
all the people.
Just I don't know. Try to have a good weekend. Good Sunday cookout.
Hell yeah.
May take a ride tomorrow. It's gonna be 80 degrees, so.
It was 80-something degrees here today, man. It was.
I don't know. I don't even know what it got up to. It could have got to 80. I'm not sure. Yeah, it was there too. It was the same way. If the wind blow you off the road, so I may if I can get a few other things done and took care of early in the morning, I may take off on a few hour ride and maybe go somewhere.
Yeah, we did 300 miles. It was fun, man. No cameras, no GoPros, no nothing. Didn't take anything. I was telling Ray. Yeah, I was telling Ray I didn't take anything. Nothing. It was great. Loved it.
Feels good to be free from that stuff too. Yeah, because it's like it becomes part of you when you do YouTube. It's like you always have to make sure your equipment is right there and set up right, and you got to have the batteries or the external batteries, or you got to you want to you don't want to just film without talking, you know what I mean? You want to have some kind of topic to talk about or something, or just mumble through it. And when you don't put cameras on and you're not filming a ride, you don't have to do any of that. You don't have that stress and worry. You can just ride and enjoy it. And it's like getting your freedom back from YouTube. Like seriously, there's a real sickening addiction to YouTube. And if you ain't careful, you can lose yourself in it. And that's why, and that's another reason, taking the year off. Yeah, that's good. That's what I need. I need some sun. I need to get.
I had a long sleeve shirt on and it burnt just my hands. Got my face burned. The wife got all burned up, man. Her face, her arms, everything. She forgot to put. She's a redhead. And she forgot to put sunblock.
Oh yeah, that is. Oh, I guess so. Yeah, she's light skinned, then, ain't she?
Yeah. It got her.
What's she saying?
She had to say, it's going out to Facebook, to maybe Facebook. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, you got it going to Facebook. Yeah.
It's got Rabbit Hole and Retired Rider. It's going everywhere.
Yeah. So I've just been thinking about my next video, what I want to do. I'm really considering on doing something. I just think I'm not going to tell it yet to the public, to the YouTube world.
To your masses?
I'm really going to try to set something up, an experiment, and I'm going to do it and see if it actually, what it does.
Thanks, Corey.
So I've been really thinking this hard for the last probably month, of how to do a video, or I mean, I know how to do a video, but just the thing I've been wanting to do it on is how I've been researching some stuff and to make sure I don't, cross any lines or anything like that with YouTube. Because it will
Gotcha.
be controversial. It'll be kind of, some people may like it, some people may not, yeah.
Controversial.
But I don't know. Some people may enjoy it. I hope everybody enjoys it, but it's nothing, and that's why I've been researching, because I'm not going to step over the line, and I ain't worried about stepping over the line with people getting their feelings hurt. It's the YouTube people I don't want to overstep.
Oh, you're doing something that you might not, YouTube might not like. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I ain't worried about anybody else's feelings.
Hey,
I just hope they watch it. No, I mean, it'll be good. It'll be good video. It'll be good. It's going to be
else's feelings.
It's going to be good. It's just the way I'm trying to set it up is, it's not me sitting here talking. Is what it is. It's not. It's me going to a certain place and shooting a video and stuff. And
gotcha.
So, but I'm still trying to figure out, and get the permission to go to this place and talk to them and see about it. And I don't know, see where it goes from there.
Bow down to Mother Russia. I don't think
so. I don't think so, buddy.
I'm not going to.
Not tonight.
Not going to happen. Not going to submit to any country. Thank you very much.
No. That's the thing, man. You gotta.
Rude but honest.
Yep.
Rude but honest.
You gotta fight for your freedom, man. It's like a muscle. If you don't use it, you'll lose it.
Who was being rude, Lolly? Was he being rude?
I'm always rude to everybody, I guess. I'm not talking about Lolly. I'm talking about just a lot of people think that, that I'm just rude and
obnoxious. You're mean. You're just a mean mother.
I mean, I prefer somebody. I don't want. Listen, here's the thing. Here's the God's honest truth. I don't want, if I have to choose my friends, I don't want a yes friend. I want a true friend. Meaning, I don't want that yes friend that always agrees and tells me yes and everything's cool and everything's fine. I want that friend that's going to stand up and say, hey, it's going to tell me the truth. You know what I mean? I don't want that guy that's going to agree with everything and tell me everything's good and I'm doing this and doing that, I want somebody that's going to say, hey, he said, I don't care about anyone else's. No, I said, I don't care about anyone else's feeling. If their feelings get hurt when I do my video, if their feelings get hurt, I don't care if they have a choice to react. And it may be a reaction video. But what I'm saying is,
you had a rough week, 2-4. Not good.
What I'm saying is, if I do a video and people get hurt, that's not on me. I can't control anybody else's emotions and feelings. That's up to them. That to control your emotions and feelings. So, what's up, buddy?
I know what you're saying, but
how's it going?
I'm saying I can't control your outcome. If you get mad, that's not on me. Why did you get mad? You allowed yourself to get upset. Not me. I'm not going to be talking about any Pacific people or anything. So,
cold hard facts, Dave says, and Molly says, "I tell you the truth." And Robert says, "Oh shit, has your brother been down there behind the chat the whole time?" No, he just popped in. We did 2-4.
Oh,
everybody's had bad weeks. Everybody had bad weeks. That's not good.
Robert or 2-4, you're probably in one of the other channels. What are we in, John? Are we in Retired Rider or?
You could be in Retired Rider, or you could be in.
No, me and you.
I don't know which one we're in. We're in both of them technically, but.
Well, yeah, but I mean them.
We're in the rabbit hole. We're in the rabbit hole.
Oh, okay.
We are. But we got the rabbit holes first, Retired Rider, then Facebook. So the main one we're going off of is the rabbit hole, actually. But you could be in either one. It doesn't matter. MAGA. Yeah. All right. I won't
Yeah.
go out of my way to hurt feelings. So if feelers get hurt, sounds like their problem. I mean, yeah, I get
Well,
it.
that's well. What I'm saying is, when I do the video, I'm not going to be talking about any specific person or anything. It's what I'll be doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if it hurts someone's
Lolly says
feelings,
hi
then
to Coy.
it's not. I'm not the feelings police. You know what I mean? It's not my job to protect people's feelings. When I'm doing a video, they have the choice to watch it and get upset, or they have the choice to enjoy it.
Right.
Like I said, it ain't on any specific person, politics, or none of that. It's on me doing something, and when I create this video, then they can make that choice whether they agree with it or they don't. It has
Right.
nothing to
Yeah,
do with
I get it.
any specific person. It's all going to be about me, the
Oh,
video.
Okay.
So,
You're good.
and what I'm doing, though, you know what I mean? Where I'm at, what I'm doing. So,
All right, Lolly. Yeah, I streamed it to all 3 locations. I probably just should have just put it on Retired Rider, but I'm trying to help the rabbit hole out a little bit, trying to boost its peoples,
Yep,
We're up to 100,
exactly.
we're up to
So-
121. We're up to 121 subscribers, so I'm trying to boost it a little more.
Coy, buddy, have you had a pretty good day?
Not too bad. No, not too bad at all. It's a little windy out there today, but yeah, I took it easy today.
You don't see any messages, Lolly? You don't see
So
the chat?
no woodworking, no.
No, nothing. I've been sore from all the crap I've been doing, so my body needed to rest a little bit.
Cutting them trees down, get you on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Especially if you ain't done it in a while.
Exactly.
Or if you ain't done anything in a while, it'll get you
Right.
anything will get you.
Well, you're coming off winter, where you're just sitting in the house.
Hibernate, man.
Yeah.
We all been hibernating for
I'm
months.
back. I'm lost. I'm back. I'm lost. I'm back. I'm lost. Maybe I should take Retired Rider off of it and just go off the rabbit hole. What do you think? I could take.
Man, it's up to you. Whatever we're on, I don't even know it. Oh, you said we're on Unchained, right?
We're on the rabbit hole. We
Oh, yeah, the
live
rabbit
started
hole.
on the rabbit
Okay.
hole. And Retired Rider's on, and so is Facebook.
Uh,
So just hop on whatever channel you want to hop on and go from there.
Or everybody in the chat just agree which one you want to go in, so you all see what comments you want to see,
Yeah.
all the comments you want to see. Like just say, hey,
My
everybody
belief
move to
is that I
the
don't
rabbit
talk
hole
about
channel.
it.
And so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Uh-oh,
I don't get too many people on Facebook. That's why I quit streaming mine to Facebook, because it's like I don't never get anybody
Yeah, I don't
really,
get a whole lot.
you
Yeah, I
know.
don't get a whole
And
lot
I've
either.
got followers on Facebook. And friends and
So
things
do I.
like that.
I got 500 followers, so I don't know why I don't.
Yeah, I just don't get anybody really that gets on there. So, and that's one of the reasons why I quit streaming it. I just thought, well, there ain't no sense of it. I'll just stream it to
Yeah.
my other channel and have content for that channel. So,
Everybody switch over to the rabbit hole. Go to the rabbit hole if you're on the live, and you'll probably be better off that way.
throw the link out, or can they switch over to it with that?
They could just switch. If they're subscribed, they could just switch over
Yeah.
to it. Come to the rabbit hole.
So, will you guys be together doing your Easter together? You two Sunday,
no,
or no? You doing your own
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody-
Probably going over
We
my
don't-
son's.
Our family does Christmas Eve together, certain other things, but we don't do Easter together. We never really have, I don't think. Have we, Coy? I don't remember ever
No.
doing Easter.
Yeah, maybe early on.
Yeah, maybe early on. Yeah. Then your families grow, and it's just too many people. So I'll have my stepdaughters and my sons over and the grandkids. So
So, do you guys like switch every year? Do you go to Coy's house, or does they come to your house, or is it?
No, we don't do Easter together at all.
No, not Easter. I mean Christmas.
Christmas, we rent a hall. We rent a hall.
Oh, okay. So you got that many people, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
We usually
Can't
have
do it in somebody's house.
we usually have about 25 to 30.
Gotcha.
So that's about. And then some people we'll go the night before like that, and we'll see them and all that. Or we may do like a couple of day Christmas things, do a couple of dinners with a couple of days period of time. And so, I mean,
Yeah. I'm going to throw the link out here in the chat if anybody wants to
Easter's a pretty good.
come up.
For me,
and
it's
talk.
it's a
You can.
spiritual. Yeah, it's a spiritual holiday. I enjoy it.
Yeah, thank you, Lolly. Smash that like button. Smash it. Smash it. There's the link if anybody wants to join us. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, it was a good day today. I'm a little sore when you ain't used to riding that far, you know. I mean, not that it was really that far, but 300 miles is 300 miles.
Hey, can I ask y'all a question, man? What
What's
did you
that,
guys
Freedom Road
think?
Freight?
What did you guys think about that Jeff Bezos, those women going up to, space or whatever and coming back down?
Oh, the astronaut women?
Yeah. And the way it
I don't
came
know.
out, it
I
came
don't
burning
really-
back
How are they
down.
astronaut women? Just if they're just going up in the sky and coming back down.
I mean, no burn marks from coming back down through the atmosphere. No marks. Where did that? That's what someone else said. The whole thing made almost a glass. Where's the O2 tank? How are they breathing? You know what I mean? There's nothing on that. It's just a pod. I mean, they're not even
don't
got
know.
helmets on like the real astronauts actually had to wear helmets. You know what I mean? Coming back down.
No.
I mean, it's weird to me.
It's a scam.
I don't
what you're
know.
saying, Molly. 2
I don't know.
4. Hopefully
It's
get better.
just,
Holding
you know,
fluid in my chest cavity, triggering
Yeah.
heart failure again.
He
Oh,
said something
brother,
about
that's
his,
not
I
good.
think he said his pacemaker or something was acting up or something.
He says hopefully get better. Holding fluid in chest cavity, triggering heart failure again. Man,
Sounds
that's not
like
good, brother.
pleurisy or something. It's holding the fluid in his chest.
America Uncensored, good to see you. I don't
Hey,
know,
bud.
Lolly. I don't know what's going on. I'm confused. I'm confused. Doesn't 21 the 21 go higher? I don't know what that means.
I don't either. But I also believe I don't know. It's weird because like if you look at both of them side by side pictures,
Wow,
You know,
salty.
like-
Woo. Been on LASIK since 2018, so I don't hold fluids. Still do sometimes. Gotcha.
thousands. How many people you got there, dude? Like, what are you doing? Like a church?
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh man, I'm a little bit tired.
yeah, me too. I've been
bit.
working hard in the yard.
Working hard in the yard.
Get tired
Working
watching
hard.
somebody else mow, huh? It's tiring watching somebody else mow your yard.
I hit StreamYard link. It took me to.
I don't have that luxury.
Send me
I'll
the
pay
StreamYard.
a kid to do
Really?
it. Yeah.
I don't know why it would do that, Lolly. Maybe let me try the link. Let me try
I push mowed it for 11 years and I just got to the point where I couldn't do it no more. Because I always liked the way the push mower like cuts real good and low and just evenly and nice, you know.
Yeah.
I always thought those damn zero turn big lawnmowers, they make wheel marks, you know what I mean? Every time they turn,
They do.
they make marks in my grass, and I didn't like marks in my grass.
It
So
was
I would push mow the whole thing straight back and forth in lines, you know. And
Mhm.
real OCD kind of stuff, you know.
I think that's
Yeah.
the link.
So it's
Try that one. I don't know what's going on, Lolly.
That's funny, dude. Some people and their feelings.
Submit to Russia. I am not asking. I am telling you. How about I tell you this? Go fly a freaking kite. How about I tell you that?
I'm telling you, man, it's funny when you.
How about you submit to this? Bye.
It's funny when you open it up to the, when you do the vertical, man, you open it up to some wild people. And then, you get some good people that you find your channel and they, you know what I mean? And they come around and they hang out and they're good people. But then when you do it, you open it up like that. And
yeah.
I mean,
which is okay. I want people to come in, but act, act.
Well, I think it's just, there's so many people on YouTube, man. There's just freaks and geeks, and they're just
freaks and geeks.
People don't have channels. People just like to troll. People like to just disturb, channels and live streams, and that's their enjoyment,
Yeah.
I guess. As we like to sit on here and talk about topics and
This
subjects, or
one's for
get to know
this one's
each
for
other.
you. This one's for you, Ray. Clap my cheeks. Hey there, big boy.
That's what I'm saying. Some of the names that people come up with and all kinds of stuff. It's so hilarious that
Salty.
the first time they ever actually say something on your channel is something like that.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Man. I obey Russia. You will as well. This is understood.
A lot of Russian bots in here. And a lot of people that like to love that. Yeah, we're Americans, man. We don't do that. I don't bow down to nobody, and I pray only to God.
Obey Russia, Coy. Coy, you gotta obey Russia.
I mean, that's the bottom line. You know what I mean? I bow to no man, and I pray only to God. So that's just that.
Man, it's hilarious.
It's funny though.
Yours. That's yours, Ray. Clap my cheek says, "Hey there, big boy." Oh shit. Oh God. It's been a long day. A good day though. A good day.
Yeah, it's been a little productive. I got a new what do you call it? I got a new cornhole set. American flags on it. Yeah. I gotta open it up. I'm gonna get it set up for Sunday.
Boy, you're being awful quiet.
I'm just listening to you guys talk.
Just listening to us talk. Uncle Sam can beat up Russia's mother.
What they don't understand is Trump's going to be their president too over there. So as soon as he breaks the will of Putin, over Ukraine, because when we put American boots over there, then Russia's going to stop everything they're doing. So who's going to be doing what?
Oh, look at this! You got to read what they're talking to you now. Clap my cheeks and saying something else to you, Ray. You got to look at it.
Could be talking to you. Are you talking to number one, number two, or number three? Now, wasn't that the 70s? Wasn't that the 70s dating show? Back then, the squares. Are you talking about square one, square two, square three? Yeah.
No, it's a dating show. It was a contestant 1 or 2 or 3 or something like that. Yeah. That's funny. What does Steve Roberts say? As long as you stick his glimmer in a thumb. All right, guys. It's getting out of control. It's hilarious. Hey, this is Good Friday. Be good, people. Be good. Oh,
it's funny.
Oh, Jesus.
To tell you the truth, that sounded more like a dude than a female.
That's why I said it was for you.
Strange times we're living in, fellas. Strange times.
Very strange times.
People complain because somebody has a camera in public, but everyone's got a camera in their pocket. You know what I mean? Like you do a selfie. You do a selfie.
Serial Killers was on the dating show in the 70s. Yeah, Serial Killers were on the dating show.
Was it, what's his name? The Midnight Stalker in California. What was that? What was his name? The California
the
Midnight Stalker or something like that. And then when they were taking him in, he was like, I'll see you all in Disneyland or something, because he got the unalive penalty,
I'm watching from
Richard Ramirez. That's who it was.
After I edited out all the mistakes.
His name was Richard Ramirez, the Midnight Stalker.
You guys are nuts. Is there a full moon of crazies out tonight?
No, it's just when you do vertical, you get all kinds of people coming in, Glory.
Especially on Friday nights.
Because there's a lot of people that like to they're bored and they get on there and like to troll channels. So, and that's
why trolls ain't good. They give great material sometimes. Yeah, they do. They give some funny shit, no doubt. Rodney Alcola. Is that it? Rodney Alcola. That's
Cola.
what Lolly said. Yeah.
Mm. She
Was
said
the
was on
dating
it.
show.
Oh,
Was the
Rodney
dating-
Alcola was on it. Who's
the
Rodney
dating
Alcola?
show. I don't know.
I mean, I
she'll
guess
have
he
to-
was one of those, serial eaters or whatever. But
She'll have to elaborate on that one. I don't know.
how many of these people come in to say that?
The time is now too powerful
They must-
Russia as Russia owns USA.
They-
Russia.
I mean,
owns
how
USA.
many people are on here from? I mean, wonder where you're from, man. Tell us where you're from. Are you from Russia? Or are you just somebody that
You don't
Probably
look
lives in-
Russian.
probably lives in Pakistan or somewhere?
Pakistan.
Or what's crazy is you see American people saying that.
Yo,
crap.
respect to you guys. I like your flag. Well, I'm not
Thank you, bud.
flag. But if you mean the USA flag, I mean nice
Yeah.
flag.
Probably the one sitting behind me.
Oh, gotcha, Trump. Okay. Dumb old fool. Wisconsin.
Hey, dumb old fool, what's up, buddy?
How you doing? How you doing?
Yeah, I
Ah.
mean, I don't know.
We got the
We're-
crazies tonight. We got the
Yeah.
crazies out. Yeah. Rodney Alcola, one of the most prolific serial killers in American history, was once a contestant on the dating game show in the 1970s. Really? That's crazy. You don't know who's a serial killer. Could be your
No, I
person you're
mean-
lying next to it.
I mean,
Could
look
be
at
your
that
wife
one
or your
guy.
husband. Who knows?
Look at that one guy that would eat people, Jeffrey Dahmer, man.
That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah, that's.
Thomas,
I
how you
mean,
doing, man?
do you consider him a serial killer or just a meat eater?
Yeah, he's a- that's not funny. That's not funny.
I mean,
not fun.
geez, Louise.
That's bad. That's bad, man. That's not good. Oh, Jesus.
He must have known Joe Biden's uncle, the
Oh.
one that got eaten by the cannibals. Uh,
Man,
see, here's
you're
another
not
one.
wrong.
Pickles. How many channels do you got, dude? Because you just keep popping on. Same old stuff.
Pickles, the USA better watch out because Russia owns Alaska. No, they don't, but okay. You
Yeah,
Americans are good at stealing, and you will return Alaska to Russia. Russia's never going to get Alaska, so dream
No,
on.
there's too many hardcore mountain men that live in Alaska to allow
know
that
what?
to happen. We don't
You're
have to do
talking to-
nothing.
You're talking to the greatest country in the world, so I wouldn't be talking
The
your
biggest
stuff.
power in the world.
Yeah, nobody matches you in the United States. Nobody.
And if we owe everybody 30-something trillion dollars, they ain't nobody rode up on our shore to get it. So I think we're kind of good,
Our two women survived barely, are saved by a stranger. She was 13 years old. Wow, that's crazy. I haven't heard of him. I'd have to look that up, Lolly. I haven't heard of him. That guy was a sicko. I saw a show on him. Killed little girls and women in a storage shed.
Oh, Lord.
That's crazy, man. Oh, here we go again. Dreamfish, Colorado River toad, cane toad, yopo. Well, I don't know what that all is. I'll let that go.
Talking about all the stuff that grows
This-
in Colorado, I guess.
Melinda McCabe he says, I am the god of farts.
I mean, can we just have, the game of life here?
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, holy medicine. Plants or animals. Yep.
Two survivors tested.
That's what I thought he was talking about, all the plants and stuff. You know that if you got a little Native American in you, but
All right, 2-4. Hope everything works out, brother. Prayers to you. Hope
yeah,
you feel
bud,
better.
please keep us informed, man.
Seriously, with all seriousness, let us know how you're doing, man.
Yeah.
Try to get some sleep, brother.
Yeah, they're out tonight, Lolly. They're, it's like feeding frenzy.
They are out. They are. They are. Sometimes they're funny though, man. I mean, you just gotta.
So if they don't go to the stupid side,
Extreme.
you know what I mean?
If
Yeah.
they go to the stream, I got moderators out there that can.
But
if they don't go to the extreme, let them go. Let them.
yeah,
It's
I mean, their entertainment silly. Like I said, they probably smell like Hot Pockets and video games, and Doritos.
it's funny.
They're
That's funny. Axe in hand. Yeah. What's Frog up to? Frog's not in here tonight. What's Frog up to, Lala? Is he all right? Everything good? Is there another live going on that I don't know about?
I don't ever know what lives are going on because I don't just plunder through them. You know, I don't.
I do if I get a notification. I know what's going on.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I'm so busy sometimes, or in my own world, or in my own YouTube.
Yeah, we know
world.
you're in your own world. There's no two ways about that.
Yeah, but I mean, like if I'm in my own YouTube world, I'm not paying attention to any other channel. You know what I mean? I'm busy with my own stuff.
Well, I got what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're laying down.
I like to hang out in other people's lives, and you know, it's just sometimes I enjoy. I'm more on driven topics, you know, and I like to really get into topics and give good feedback,
gotcha.
and give good feedback and stuff like that. So, and if it's not, then sometimes I lose interest within 5 or 10 minutes, and then I hop out and I go, you know, or I'm doing something else. So,
America Uncensored said the good side is it shows your other channel is being exposed more. The wackos seem to be going to that one. The wackos,
yeah,
the crazies.
I call them
we all a little bit crazy. That we're all a little bit crazy.
Oh yeah, but I don't troll. I don't do that kind of trolling.
No, I don't troll either. I don't do that.
I like to do what Trump does. How he trolls. He's the best at trolling these people.
Backup is apparently having issues. Gotcha, Lolly.
So
yeah, I'm not a troller. I don't troll.
No, I'm not gonna sit and harass people and say stupid stuff and just go into other people's dreams that I don't know.
I don't know. I might try it. It might be fun. No, I won't do that. Oh man. Well,
I mean, do you really want to set up the time to create another channel just to go in and
just to go troll
somebody? Yeah.
No.
I mean, there's some people out there got 6, 8 channels, you know, they create or more, and then when they get booted off one, they'll jump on another one. You know, their other one.
Holy crap! Is he okay, Lolly? His son's back tire blew, and he lost control and flipped it. Wow!
Ooh, man, that's not good.
Yikes! Going truck shopping tomorrow. This is going to be depressing.
Daggum, Salty. How many things are you going to buy in a week?
Man, he's just living high on the hog, man.
He's just the kind of money I told you.
Got all that cash burning a hole in his pocket. Yeah, so
I think he secretly hit a lottery and he's not telling anybody.
I think he did. I think he hit the lottery. Mythical Rider, you had a
I mean, it did say on the news the Mega Millions like 2 weeks ago, like a homeless bearded guy won. I mean,
doctor says that Ray. What?
Nothing. I'm just teasing, Salty.
The doctor says that Ray is 10 decibels louder than the other gents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ray's louder no matter what. Ray's just loud, doctor. He's just loud.
Yeah, I just talk. Is it my mic volume or is it me?
I don't think you sound that loud, but you might. I don't know.
Yeah, I could sound loud. I turned it down a little bit. So.
Oh, okay. He was right on the mic. Yeah, he was probably right up on his mic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when I sit up, I get up like that, and I get closer.
He got a ride home. Sheriff came banging on the door at 5 a.m. looking for him as they found the car, and he had to get a ride home. Oh, geez. So he was okay. That's good.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
That's you don't want anything broken or can't be fixed.
Gloria's calling somebody honey buns. Honey buns. Honey buns. Yeah. Go ahead, Ray. What was you going to say?
Oh no, I was just going to ask Coy if I decided to cut some stumps for chairs, What do I need to get to? Do I need to seal the tops of them? What could I get to seal them so they don't get weathered?
Oh, you can get like what you use for your decks? Deck
Just some
seal?
wood, just some deck sealant or something.
Yeah. Mhm.
Because we put that new fire pit in, and we're still trying to decide. I tried to do it the easy way. Well, the easier way: cut some stumps, take some 2x6, 2x8s, or 2x or something thick. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And cut them and make
Yeah.
a couple of benches out of them and set them around the new fire pit.
Use the stumps as
And
a-
then the wife and the dog are like, no, we found some black chairs. They're like 20 something bucks a piece, and they got cup holders in them, and they're real nice. And
Mhm.
Gloria,
you know, to buy and sit
Gloria,
around
how
them.
I adore ya.
I don't know. I just kind of look at things like I try to go the cheap way. Not cheap like cheap, but I try to go
Right.
like with money wise, cheap way. You know,
Right.
I can cut some wood. You know what I
If
mean?
you
Like,
already have the wood, yeah, why
I
not?
do. I got ricks of wood piled stacked up.
Oh,
So-
there you go. You got the wood.
But they're talking about like, oh no, we want these nice black chairs and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but they're gonna get weathered. You got to take them down and put them up every
Yeah.
time we go down there.
Put them up, can't leave them
Oh,
out.
gotcha,
Yeah. So
gotcha, salty. Gotcha. Wow, my hands are so burnt. Look at that. See how burnt they are? Damn. That's gonna hurt later.
do you do like
Yeah.
a 3-year lease, Salty?
It does truck work. His lease is up. The old oh, gotcha. Gotta
What are
get a
you
truck.
doing, girl? Huh? Think she has to
Yeah,
sleep
Coy,
in
you
her
got
seat.
any more content? You got any more content coming up, Coy? People are wanting to see that woodworking skills you got, my man.
No, I've just been busy doing other crap.
Well, that tree, the weather, I get it. I totally
Yeah.
understand that.
Then I had to
I
cut the
told-
grass.
Was it
Hard.
swampy back?
Hard
Yeah,
life, Coy.
It was a little drier this time.
It was drier this time. That's good. Yeah.
Hard life, buddy. He's like, I gotta cut the yard. I gotta sweep the driveway.
Yeah, I mean, when you get knocking on 60's door, you don't want to do that shit no more.
I gotta run the squirrels off. They keep eating my flowers.
The stream is just a live stream about chatting about anything. That's what it's
Yeah,
about.
we're just having an open, freely talk tonight.
Evil Rick, good to see you, my man. Good to see
Hey,
you.
Evil, what's up, buddy? But yeah, I don't know. I think that, of course, I always, like I said, I try to find the cheaper way around things, and the kid likes to spend my money. You know.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
get you 2 stumps and a 2x8,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And they're
and use the
"No,
stumps as your legs, and
we want cup holders. And,
screw it down on top of it, and there you go, done.
You know what I mean? Like they want cup holders and all this stuff, and I'm like, set it on the ground. You know. Let me let the dog out.
All right, let the dog out. Ooh, let the dogs out. Yeah, Graydon, it's just open mic, just whatever. We're just talking about whatever.
She's on now.
The doctor is in the house. Good to see the doctor in the house.
Mm-mm-mm.
The dog is called Turtle? Question mark. I don't know what the dog is called. What's the dog? called?
Her name's Daisy.
Daisy? Daisy
Yeah.
Duke?
Oh, I don't know. That's I asked my daughter. I said, "Why did you name?" She said, "I didn't. They already had the name when we picked her up." I said, "Oh, okay."
You just kept the name. Gotcha.
Yeah, because that's what I told her. I said, "You could rename her. She wasn't old enough to really know it. You know, a few weeks or whatever." But
Dying breed. Good to
she
see
just
you.
she just stayed with it. So,
Yeah, that's nothing wrong with that.
nah.
Keep the name. Keep the name.
She's far from a turtle. I can tell you that, buddy.
Mhm.
Dr. Squash or Squash. What's that Dr. Squash on TV that has the cantaloupes that looks the beauty, Cindy Crawford does? Dr. Squash. But
I don't
she's
know
a
what the
she's
hell
a
you're
mini
talking
she's a mini Dotson, if that tells you. She don't look like a turtle.
about.
She's a mini Dotson.
Just some mini Dachshunds, all she is.
Too expensive of a mini Dachshund, in my opinion. But
Well, you know, it is what it is.
I didn't pay for it, so I don't care.
It didn't come out of my pocket.
No, it didn't come out of my kid's pocket, so I don't care.
Came out of her boyfriend's pocket, didn't
Yep.
it?
Yep.
Yep.
He can afford it.
stupid. Young guys are stupid.
Yeah, they're dumb.
Don't pay for anything.
But yeah, he's not a bad guy.
I'm sure he's not.
He's like, I don't know, 5'5", 5'6", little bitty skinny. I'm like, dude. And he's really good. He's a nice guy, man. I mean, he works hard. He got his own lawn care business, works for the county too.
Well, that's cool.
He works real hard.
What's
I mean,
good?
you know, when you have a boyfriend that buys you a brand new, you know, a 9mm, you know, pew pew for your birthday, I guess that's kind of a person you want, right? Somebody,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
says here you need to know how to defend yourself. I'm like, she already knows that. Her dad, she's got a dad, you know. You just, you know, you bought it, that's fine.
Yeah, but you know, that's what's going to happen, Ray. They're going to get married. They're going to have their guys, and dad ain't going to matter anymore.
I know.
That's how it goes, man.
Oh, I know it. Yeah.
You just fade away.
You'll just fade away.
Yeah, but I mean,
Coy's posture is far too good. He must work for the CIA. That's what doctor says.
yeah, we're all leaned back, and
I'm
Coy's
like just kind of like crashed out.
investigator.
Here, yeah, Coy's like, what's going on here? Yeah.
Yeah, because he's got his hat turned back, he's got his glasses on, so he looks like he's undercover, fixing to interview, like, you know, talking to somebody on the street. Like, yeah, hey,
Good cop,
where's it
bad
at?
cop.
Yeah.
Oh, man. We're all
No,
crazy.
I mean,
No, I mean, you know, kids get older, they start living their lives, and they start to forget about mom and dad.
yeah. And I'm fine with that. I mean, I know they're going to do their own thing and stuff like that. And there I go.
I'm just trying to figure out what time does we get to go out to the yard. I'm not sure who you're talking about, Diane Green, but I'm lost in the sauce anyway. By government standards, I have done a complete, very thorough, extremely exhaustive investigation of myself, and I have come to the undeniably objective, unbiased conclusion that I did do nothing. Oh, man. I think we're all a little bit off tonight. What the hell's going on?
Something in the air, man. Something in the air.
I don't have weed, but if I did, I wouldn't share it. And I don't think I'm a criminal, but thanks. And we got the trolls a trolling. Troll.
No, I'm not a criminal.
Sick bastard, how you doing, man? Good to see you. What does that say? Game dog is my current strain. Oh.
Somebody's popping.
There
in.
she is. Lolly's popping in. Did you finally get it to work, Lolly?
No, I just typed it in.
Oh, okay. There you
It
go.
worked.
Hello, Miss Lolly.
Hi.
How's it going?
What's he saying?
It's going.
Good.
I'm here. So it's going all right.
We're
You're on
alive.
the right side of the dirt.
That's right. What is that? Bob. Bob. I can't pronounce it.
Baba
Baba
Booey.
Yaga. Baba
Baba
Booey?
Booey, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Baba Yaga.
That's sick.
The
That's
boogeyman.
sick.
Sick is the man. How you doing, Sick?
Hello, Thomas.
Thomas. Do. Everything good, Lolly. Son's good. Everything's good. No injuries, no fractures, no broken
No,
bones.
he's good.
That's good.
Got lucky, didn't he?
Yeah, he got very lucky.
So most times you come out with at least a broke leg or arm or something, you know, on those kind of things.
Well, he was able to get out of it. It was up on its side, and he was able to get out. He got a hold of a friend. They pushed it back over onto its wheels, and it's looking like all he's going to have to do is replace the tires
Oh,
Really?
and the windows.
Oh.
He's got the windshield and the side window has to be replaced. But other than that, it's good. So
That's good.
we are very, very thankful.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what do you think of the 5 ladies that went into space, Doctor?
Well, yeah, I don't believe it. I mean, look at the thing
They
were
didn't
in.
go into space. That was a joke or something.
Look at the thing they were in. It was
It was clean.
85% glass around it, no oxygen tanks anywhere, no way. And when you see it landed and you see it like on the ground, there's no machine under it to keep air or to have O2 coming in. The other real Aster, not real. I
It
don't know
was
if they're real or
clean.
not. Yeah,
When it was on the ground,
exactly.
it
When
was
it came back
clean.
through, yes.
When
and
anything comes back through the atmosphere, it's going to burn. It's
Yes.
going to
No.
be black.
Yep.
It
And
wasn't
not
black.
only that, they were talking about the they did a study and showed, they landed at 25 feet or 25 mile per hour and it hit the ground and it barely even affected them. You know what I mean? And then it showed a crash test dummy people going at like 7 miles an hour and it really affected them. You know what I mean? Like it would not, they would not have had that soft of a landing. They didn't have helmets on. You know, these other astronauts had suits and they're up there in Charlie Angel suits and bell bottoms with their boobs hanging out. I mean, seriously, they are. They made suits. Their bell bottom blue. Their suits were blue bell bottoms, and it was a one suit. And it's like there's no helmets, there's no safety, there's no nothing.
It's just like her videos. Fake.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it was all fake.
I think NASA's fake.
Well,
I think it's
yeah.
just a place that they do research and stuff and all this stuff, and we spend billions of dollars on it every year for nothing.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
They gotta spend the tax dollars on something.
Yeah, well,
It
you know.
looked inflatable. Yeah, it did look real to me. It was. I don't know. Why would they do that though? What was the purpose of it?
to get money, to advertise his stuff. He's a
Yeah.
billionaire. What you're a billionaire. You have everything in life. What else are you going to do? You're going to have to do something to stay busy, to do things, you know? I mean, you
Yeah,
know,
but
I mean,
if they didn't go
It
into
was-
space, what did it
It
do
was
him
a
any good?
diversion.
Well, it could be
Look
that could
over
be true.
here. Don't watch
Yeah.
what I'm doing here.
Well,
exactly.
here, look at all these women went to space, which is fine if women go to space, but other women has been in space, really in space.
Yeah.
Look at the one that just came back from the space station up there, stranded up there for 9 months. Nobody talked about that,
No.
but it's like these few women go up, and even if they did go up in orbit around, what is the big deal? I mean, I don't understand what the big deal about it.
Well,
They're
if
not-
they did
they're
go
not
up,
the first women. They're not the first women in space. You know
Hey,
what I mean?
Moto.
they were supposed to float for only like 2 minutes. You know what I mean? Like the gravity thing, you know, was only
Yeah.
like, because the whole flight was like 11 minutes, I think they said, you know, so.
I just don't understand.
But
what
they
the
went
point
so
is.
fast up and so fast down, no burn marks, no nothing, you know, no. I don't know. It's all
Yeah,
fishy to me. I try to question
Bell-bottoms
everything.
on, need the size forcing.
I'm
Yeah,
serious.
yeah.
That's what they had, man. It was like some Charlie Angel outfits, onesies.
Doctor,
Hey,
some
Moto.
people still think the world's flat too.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
Oh, please.
You think it's round? You
Oh,
think we're
Are
living?
you serious,
You think
Ray?
we're living
Don't
on a
get it.
round globe and we're spinning
get
at 17,000 miles an hour and
Don't
nothing
get it
is coming
started.
off of it?
Oh my
because of
God.
gravity? No, there's something wrong with that.
Ray,
Why would an airplane need to take off and fly if the world is spinning so fast? Wouldn't it just need to go up and it would just go to where it needed to go because
Wow.
the Earth is spinning?
it's
Hey.
not spinning that fast, Ray.
Yes, it is. It's
No, it
spinning
ain't.
over 17,000 miles an hour.
Where'd you hear that at? That
I
it's spinning
just
17,000
asking the
miles an
question: why would airplanes need to fly if the world is
hour.
round and spinning that fast? Why wouldn't it just need to go straight up? And because if the world's spinning, then it would get to its destination pretty quick. It wouldn't have to
Physics.
fly and go. Why? So it
Oh,
says the world.
Lord.
So that tells me the world does not spin like that.
It's physics.
Moto is in the house. Yeah. Well, that's what we discussed the other day.
Why
right?
do you think you
How
see
come the
birds and stuff
plane
float
never-
like flying in place?
Oh, good Lord.
It's the Matrix in a glitch.
He said to me the other day, he says, how come the plane, if the world was curved, if we lived on if the world was round, I mean, how would the plane, how come you never see the curve from the planes? Because it's huge, man. You're never going to see it with the naked eye. You're never going to see the curve.
Perspective.
Yeah, you're not going to see it.
The planes stay at one level. They never change
Oh,
levels.
Lord.
They fly in a
Oh, good Lord.
Exactly.
look at
A-Robert.
the flight charts and the plans.
The
I
Earth's
mean, just look at-
atmosphere is spinning with the Earth. It's our atmosphere. It spins too. So a plane's not going to go up and the Earth spin below it because the atmosphere the plane's in and the sky the plane's in is spinning with the Earth.
No, we
And you
live in a-
have satellites orbiting the Earth, and they show pictures of the whole Earth all the way around.
But then they
so how do
show
you
the
decide?
trash in Earth. But then they say there's thousands and thousands of pounds and particles of trash floating in Earth, flying so fast that it's tearing through those satellites by the minutes and tearing it up. But we got a space station sitting up there that
They're not
barely
that
gets
far
touched
up.
or
They're not that
anything.
far up.
But when we go,
they're not that
okay,
far up to the,
okay.
where the asteroids and
but
the,
when the spaceship goes up, why isn't all those particles tearing it to pieces? How's
because
anybody
they're
even
not
living
that
and staying
far
there?
into space.
Oh, boy. You got him started.
I know the satellites don't fly that far.
I
up
didn't mean
in
to.
space.
All right.
I missed
It's
that
okay.
one. I'm sorry.
They
It's
just
okay.
go up far enough to be in orbit so they can orbit around.
Satellites are not flying themselves; they're on balloons. Satellites
The
satellites
doctor
are taken
says-
up by helium balloons. That's why NASA owns the most helium plant there is, all the helium in the world.
The doctor says at the equator, it's about 1,037 miles per hour. That's faster than the speed of sound. That's what the doctor says.
But you can see a top of a rocket or their little space thing flying 17,000 miles per hour back down to Earth. You can see it now perfectly. But a bullet only flies how many miles per hour? 600, and you can't
But
see
you
a
said
bullet.
the rockets were all fake.
They are. But what I'm
Well,
saying
then you
is
can't
what
see
they're
it
saying.
because it's
What they're
fake.
saying is you can see. No, what I'm saying is what they say. They say you can see this shuttle fall back to Earth at 17,000 miles an hour.
Oh,
But a
boy.
bullet
think we're
only
all
goes
hooked up to a
600 miles per
machine.
hour,
It's
and you
all the
can't see a bullet.
Matrix.
I mean, the truth is, look, the reason the water don't just float off is because we're surrounded by an ice wall, and that's what keeps all the water and all of us in.
Oh, boy. Same with the helicopter. It should be just able to go up and let
Yeah.
Earth rotate below you, but the Earth atmosphere is spinning with the Earth.
That's right.
So
And
there you go.
you don't notice how fast it's spinning because it's so huge. And you're sitting on top of the Earth. And if you take something that's round and you put it in a lathe,
But I don't
you
believe
turn it at a certain speed, the outside looks like it's going a lot slower than the inside. The inside's spinning a lot faster because your wheel, as it gets bigger, don't look like it's spinning as fast because it's got more, material it's running through. It's got more, space there, more, material. So if you run something bigger, it looks like it's running slower, but it's not really. But it's so big that it's not, So that's why everything is,
Coriolis effect, cause of ocean's currents. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I'm telling you, man.
lost
Isn't this the
control.
rabbit hole, guys? Come on now.
I've lost control.
I mean,
Low
It's
bone
actually
density,
we're
they
all
would
in
have-
purgatory.
Oh, it could be. I don't know where the hell I am. Let's see.
I believe we're all going to find out sooner than later what's going on.
You got to stop smoking the local shrubbery, man.
I'm not the smoker.
That's what Tim said.
If you believe that the earth is flat, then there's Bigfoot.
What
Do you
was
believe the Bible? Do you believe there's a
Katy
firmament?
Perry's fake
Do you
space
believe
suit?
there's a?
Yeah, there is a firmament.
Do you believe
There-
scientists when they say there's
Water-
so many
there's
layers
water-
of radiation and
There's
different things
water.
out
There's
there?
water in the atmosphere. Yes,
Clouds are water, right?
that's
Okay.
It's how we
exactly.
survive. It's how we breathe. That's how the plants grow.
So, but what's
You
that
don't
got to
believe
do
water,
with being
clouds,
around
or
the
water?
Huh?
You don't believe clouds or water?
flat? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
What's that got to do?
Yeah.
with
oh no, I'm
matter?
saying you said there's water in the atmosphere, and I said yeah, because clouds are water too. You know,
But
clouds are
Ray,
what-
if the
They
Earth
say
was flat,
that the Earth is not flat. Sorry.
if the Earth was flat, eventually you would reach the end of it, in one direction or the other,
Yes.
and it's never happened.
I'm
so the
not because
Earth
I
can't
can't
be
leave.
flat.
I know it's or the
Nobody's ever fallen off into space that way.
They're not going to because we have gravity.
Yeah, but you would find the end at some point in each.
They
direction.
have. Why do you think it's called an ice wall?
No,
There's
direction.
restrictions.
You're saying there's a big ice wall all the way around your flat Earth. Is that what you're saying?
There's a firmament dome.
Lord. Somebody would fall off or reach the end. You couldn't have it without an end. There had to be an end to it, the Earth, if it was flat.
On all sides.
They have
Yes, on all sides.
research.
There's
Absolutely.
not an ice wall on all sides.
No.
There's
Right.
not an ice
Yeah.
wall in the east, and there's not an ice wall in the west.
No.
And it's not an end. It doesn't just
It's the
fall.
west
Answer
is
me
the
this.
East is the
Answer me
west.
this:
Depending on
why
where
do
you're
planes
at.
only go west to east and they never go north all the way north to south over and back? Like, yeah, they'll go from Florida to New York, north and east. But I'm saying, why don't we take off and go north over to, you know, another country when we fly over there? Why is it always east to west one way? We never can fly completely north over the North Pole or the South Pole. Just do your
Because
research.
the northern lights, if you go through it, it'll take you to a different dimension. It's
So
called
you believe in
Langoliers.
some stuff, Lolly.
There's certain.
I'm playing.
Yeah, there's certain.
Boy, it looks like the younger version of John.
they
He's
go
not
by
young.
their least
He's older.
resistance. They're not going to fly, that way because it costs too much fuel.
Well,
You
I
can't
believe
get
when
past
God
the-
said he separated the waters from the water,
Quid looks like
And
the
made a
younger version of
firmament.
John.
there's also layers. I mean, you're going to go back and say, okay, I don't believe any of the science that's been, about space of the layers, because there's
I
real
don't know.
real professional people that talk about, there's no way they could get anything through those, And then
Is
they
it
say,
going
oh, we had more technology in 1969
There's
than we do
cameras
today.
out in space
Oh, I know that. I know there's
that are
cameras.
taking pictures of space. That's real.
Yeah, I know
How
that.
much water does a basketball hold? Question mark. America Uncensored wants to know. I don't
Oh.
know.
And there's the robots on Mars that they sent to Mars. So
You can't go to Antarctica because there's aliens down there.
Who's maintaining
they don't want
the
you to go to Antarctica because you might find out information that they don't want you to know.
who's maintaining the rover on Mars?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Who's maintaining it?
Who's maintaining the
Uh,
stuff on Mars? The rover.
It's
The
maintaining
Antarctica
it's-
Treaty
Yeah,
was
who's
signed in
taking care of
Washington
it?
on
They have
December
storms
1st,
worse,
1959
10
by
times
12
worse than our
countries. You're not
storms.
allowed to go to the South Pole.
It goes
We
to
did
sleep. It shuts down and goes to
Doctor,
sleep.
we did a show on that. If you want to go back through our videos, we did a show on that Antarctica. But you're right, they did sign a treaty.
It was in what
1959.
was it, 63 or 50?
1959, 59 by the 12 countries. You are not allowed to go to the South Pole.
12. It is 60
Yeah.
something countries.
I don't know. I'm just
I think
saying
it's
what
60
the doctor said.
60 something countries. Siri, how many countries signed the treaty about Antarctica?
Oh, he's asking Siri again. Jesus, it's got real now.
Here's an answer from NAA
Me too.
and CoolAntarctica.com.
Okay.
Have you
In
looked
1959,
through-
okay, 12 countries in 1959. Okay, as of 24, there are 57 signatures from different nations. Yeah, 57 nations.
57 nations. Oh,
Yep.
Happy Holy Week. Same to you.
Thank you.
Sure thing.
Well, I mean, if you're going to ask Siri, you're asking Google.
I
if
mean,
you're going to look
the
something up on Google,
outside
it's-
water needs a container. I mean, out on the outside, water needs container. Water needs a container. Is what Uncensored said.
Yeah, Google don't lie, does it?
no.
No, not at all.
who
That's negative.
who actually created Google? Who puts the information on Google?
I don't know. People that work at Google. I don't know.
I mean, who
WikiLeaks.
tells the information? The government. So you don't believe that
Oh,
crap.
good. No.
I mean, if
no.
Google told the truth, if we believed everything Google said, I mean, I would believe in Bigfoot, you know?
Now, there's good evidence that Bigfoot
Don't
does
start
exist
that.
now.
I do believe in Bigfoot.
I believe that I got a Bigfoot. He's size 13.
Jesus Lord.
Sasquatch does exist.
I'm
Yes, he
telling
does.
you, there's got to be something to it.
Yes.
I-
I didn't want to bring up the topic, but I will. And
Now, wait a minute.
my-
Let me finish my thought. You've talked all night. Damn it. Let me say something. I believe that many people have seen something. There's got to be something to it. Just because I haven't seen it, I can't say it's not real. Because I mean, I believe in God, and I haven't seen Him. So, you know.
Well,
there could be Bigfoot walking
1960.
around.
Doctor, well, doctor, scientists are stupid. There's no
Scientists are
reason to be bringing back dire wolves, mammoths.
No,
and
they died out
Tasmanian
for a
tigers.
reason.
No,
That's
they're gone for a
stupid.
reason.
They died
That
for a
is-
reason. They extinct for a reason. They had
Well,
their time.
They're
There's
just
too-
doing that just to prove that they can do it.
There's
That's
too
all.
much. Yeah, and there's too
So
much.
they're going to bring something to life that feels and will have no quality of life. Where are they going to put them? Where
They're
are you
on a
gonna put a woolly
2,000.
mammoth?
They're on a 2,000 acre.
2,000 acres for a woolly mammoth is not enough.
Oh no, they would have to buy more
Or
land.
for a Tasmanian tiger. You think these animals aren't going to get out, or something else isn't going to happen? I
If
mean,
there's
it's
a lot
crazy.
of them, yeah. If there's a
There's
lot
no
of them,
quality for them.
It sounds like Jurassic Park to me.
It does. I mean, we
I don't
talk
think it
about
should be doing
sci-fi
that.
and the different movies and things that, people say get out of your fantasy world. But look at all the movies that's been out. That came from somebody's imagination. And then somebody actually created the shit, whether they should have or not. It's like,
Yeah.
look at the ending. That was a realistic ending.
Yeah, that could happen.
We cannot live on this earth with dinosaurs.
No.
No.
And that's what they're
Absolutely.
doing.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
That's what their goal is.
No, because all the giants are dead. That would keep them in check.
Yeah, there's nobody to keep them in check. They'll check us.
The only thing the scientists are doing is saying, can we? They never ask, should we? They never
It's
ask,
just- yeah.
is this something that's going to help or hurt? And it always hurts.
And doctor said it's not even full dire wolf DNA. They use DNA from some normal type of wolf too. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Exactly.
it's not
So
even. So it's not
they
even
don't know
full
what they're
dire
going to
wolf.
get.
Yeah, they could get anything. That's crazy. And I don't think they should be doing that stuff.
No,
I mean,
because
we have, it's
we
just like
don't have the right
in
environment
Jurassic-
for them to live in.
in Jurassic Park, they were showing it as a movie, but we do have animals that are asexual. We do have animals that change from male to female in the specific environment that allows them to do that. And they use DNA. They don't know what they're going to end up with.
Right.
It's all an experiment.
Yeah.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Exactly. I agree with that 100%. Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yeah, just like them cloning people. I don't believe they should be.
Trying that shit either. No. Coy, my cousin's dad chopped his fingers off doing woodworking. She picked them up and wrapped them in aluminum foil, but they couldn't reattach them. Thomas,
You got to be careful.
don't be
I've been a tool and die maker all my life. Worked around all kinds of machinery,
My
grinders,
dad was a
mills,
tool.
mills, you name it. And yeah, if you don't watch it, you can lose digits really
Hey,
quick.
brown chicken, what's happening there?
My dad was a tool and die maker. Do you remember the little capsules you could get? You put them in water and the sponge comes out.
Yeah,
Different
yeah, yeah.
Animal shapes. My dad made that machine.
Little dinosaurs and little
Oh,
turtles and different
okay.
things. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
Do you remember the chia
made-
pet? Did anybody ever have a chia pet? Did that
Yeah,
actually
they did.
grow and work?
Yes, they did.
Yeah,
Did
they did work.
Yeah,
Yes,
it
they
did
did work.
We had a
Always-
Scooby Doo one. My son loves Scooby Doo, so we got him one.
Scooby-Doo, where are
Now that's a mystery, you know.
the mystery machine?
That was just a bunch of hippies in a van
Yeah,
going
that's
around
okay.
messing with
Smoking the whack
people
in
all the
back.
time. That was a good cartoon, though.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
Yeah. In a
I
petri
think they
dish
need to
and
do
a
the tariffs
microscope,
and
any
take
food
away our
product.
income tax.
I do too. I think we should keep every dime we make or we get.
I think the
How much
founding
tariffs are
fathers
there?
would be really, really upset.
That's what I
They'll
said.
probably be rolling in their graves because
Why?
we fought taxes. I mean,
Yep.
that's
Yeah.
Well, they
ridiculous.
wrote the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, and they were the government, and they wrote it for us because they even knew themselves or the future government was
Well,
going to. We needed protection from them.
back then, they didn't have taxes because
Well, no, that's not
people,
what I'm
hold
talking
on,
about.
hold on, hold on. People were more self-sufficient back then. You didn't have roads, you didn't have highways, you didn't have these big cities that have all this stuff that you have to pay for. People lived
Yeah.
mostly on farms and they sustained themselves, and there was dirt roads, and nobody's maintenance those roads or built those roads that were of the government.
you're not allowed
Now
to
you
sustain
have
yourself
police,
anymore.
fire department, you have all your city functions that go on. Somebody's got to pay for that.
City
If you
workers,
want
employees.
those things, if you want those things, you have to pay for them. If you want to be able to call the police to come and help you if you're in distress, well, you got to have taxes to pay for that.
I don't want to
But
call
back
the police.
then, people took care of themselves. That's why there wasn't no taxes, because there's no reason to have taxes.
I don't blame you.
But I
man.
see your point. Yeah, but I don't want to call the police either. But
Well,
yeah, I
everybody
see-
had farm animals and
you
gardens. They
Right,
lived
you
off
can't
their own
live-
stuff.
You cannot sustain yourself anymore. It's
No.
not allowed. It's illegal. They've made it to where you can't collect rainwater. You can't live
Oh.
off the grid.
Shit.
If
Well,
try
you
to
can
live
if
off
you,
the grid,
if you
they
go
shut
out
you
of the
down.
if you go out of the city. You can.
Oh, you
If you
Yeah.
live
can.
in the, if you live in
Collecting
the city,
rainwater is legal in every state. Some states have ordinances
There's-
on how you can use it and how much you can
There's
do.
They're
several
out far
places
enough, they
that
don't
do
know
not
what you're
allow
doing.
it. Go back and
Hey.
look and research it and look at all the places that tried to live off the grid and see how many times they were allowed to do it. They're taken down for one reason or another. They take
That's
them down.
crazy, doctor. That's crazy,
Well, if
doctor.
you get lost in the Appalachian Mountains, there ain't nobody going in there to take you down.
What's cool?
I'm talking
Except
about
for the
really going
feral
off the
people.
grid.
Lost in
Think
the
about
world.
you don't come into the city, you don't do nothing. Because if you get up in a plane, you fly over to Appalachia, there is so much land that is unused and uninhabited. If you got lost in there, if you really want to go off the grid and you went up into the, they ain't coming after you.
No, thank you.
They're not going to go there. Now,
If
if
my
I'm trying to
buddy
live off
allowed
the,
it, I
if we
would
try to live
definitely
off
do
the
it in a
grid
heartbeat.
just right outside the city, yeah, they know what you're doing. But if you're actually wanting to go off the grid, you get lost in there, you go up in there, they're not coming after you. They're not worried about you. Now, if you get a lot of people doing that, that's a different story. You got to be,
Hey, would a moderator do me a favor and throw Coy's link into the chat for Gloria, please? I would appreciate
Well, then they categorize you as like
People
a
Rick already
commune or
did.
something,
it. Okay, thank you.
Then they'll categorize you as a commune or some shit, and
Yeah, and they stop
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. They'll category you as something. Yeah. We broke from England, the crown, because of taxes. Yeah, we did. We did do that. You're absolutely right. Do you
They
feel
haven't
like
stopped Sasquatch yet. He lives off the grid.
do you feel like the land they owned back then was actually owned by them, or just in and just
Yeah.
on and
You own it. You just stake your land.
You don't
Back
own
then,
nothing.
you
It's an illusion.
Back then, you just stake. This is my property. I'm
Yeah, you don't own your property. It's an illusion.
not anymore. No,
No. Thank you.
They come
Eeyore.
and take people's houses, or they
because you have to
them
pay
in.
taxes. You have to pay property taxes now. Back then, you didn't pay property taxes. It was a whole different system.
That's true.
Everything's
They'll take it.
different now. Now they got you. There's nothing you can do about it unless you get lost up in the woods. Like I said, you got to go. And
Yeah, because if you
Gloria.
don't pay, they come get you and arrest you.
I'm sure he
Yes.
appreciates it. He's busy talking right now, so I'll say thank you for him. Thank you, Gloria. I think I got behind on the chats. My bad, people. But yeah, it's hard to get lost and it's hard to go totally off grid now.
it's
I mean,
very hard. It's hard living, but people
Yeah.
did it back then. When they founded this country, people didn't have anybody helping them. They had to do it themselves. You didn't have
Well, one of the
doctors
hardest
and
parts
places to
is-
go to. You didn't have none of that stuff. You figured it out on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
now
think
we live
one
in a
of
whole different. We can't even live without electricity then. They didn't have electricity then. They didn't have nothing. You wanted heat. You had to build you a fireplace
Rambo.
and chop wood.
Hi, monkey.
You don't have to do none of that now anymore. We got.
I think one of the hardest parts is nowadays they
Hey,
have
monkey.
GPS maps. They can look from the sky. They have drones.
You didn't have
They
that
have,
back then.
they have all this stuff. They can find you if they want you.
Time to get lost.
I mean, it would be hard to really get, and then when you get that far up in the
Good
mountains,
evening.
you better have enough resources with you and be able to
Exactly.
carry it up there to sustain yourself until you can build or
You
create
have to
something.
live off the land. You got to hunt. You got to.
Yeah, it's not easy.
It's hard, but
Yeah,
they
but-
did it
but-
back then.
but-
They-
but
they
People
did
do it
it.
in Alaska.
Yeah, but most people can't do that these days, man.
No.
They can't live that kind of life.
Too many,
I mean,
too many damn
We're too soft.
issues with their health. They can't do it.
Yeah, we're too soft. Well, the strong lived. The weak died back then.
yeah, that's true.
You didn't have all these weak people
Yeah.
because they died.
I understand.
Only the strong lived.
What the hell's that mean?
You may be weak, yo man.
Yeah,
Hey,
you're trying to
we
say
now.
I'm weak, man. What the hell, man?
I'm just
I
telling
am
you, that's the way it was back then. The
Yeah,
weak
it is.
died.
My
You just
great grandfather,
couldn't make it.
they were
You wasn't
tough.
strong. You're not making it.
Yeah,
My God, who's got
yeah.
the
My
loudest
great
voice?
grandfathers and them, they were tough old men.
They're tough people, man.
Yeah,
I don't know how they did it. To tell you the truth, I couldn't.
they
do it.
they looked 80 when they were 40. They worked so hard.
Yeah, we
Oh,
couldn't
boy.
do it now. There's no way.
So you're saying we're wimps? Is that what you're saying?
You cut off
Yes.
electricity. You cut
Yes,
off
we are.
electricity, and probably 90% of the people die.
Oh yeah,
They would.
yeah, they're done.
Yeah, that's true.
You take
You're
down the
right.
electrical
Back then,
grid.
they didn't have electricity. They all lived. Now we can't.
The Amish are doing it well. They know how to do it.
Yeah. Doctor says if a 10-ounce steak can feed you for 1 meal, a 200-pound deer will take a while. Yeah. Ugh.
You can
Yeah,
do
if
it.
you
You
ain't got
can
a bunch
live
of
off the
people to
land,
feed.
but it's not an easy life.
I don't think you could take
Three
like
deer. 3 deer a year.
Yeah.
We get
And
3
imagine
deer
if
in
you
the
don't
winter,
have to
and it
tag
lasts
them in
all
or
year.
check them. You can kill. Yeah, you can eat as much as you want, as many as you can kill. But then you got to have somewhere to store the meat and keep it right. How you gonna do that living on nothing?
Salt cured them.
Salt,
You want-
you salt cure it.
Salt
Yeah.
cured.
Yeah.
Or you put it
That's
in the
what they
river.
did back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in
And they
the
had
day.
cellars too that they dug into the ground, which stayed cool, and stuff like that. They knew how to do it.
Dry cure, doctor says. The doctor says
Great
dry.
grandpa had a cold storage in his creek bed.
Yeah, they have cold storages where
Yeah.
they put the vegetables and all that for the winter. Canned,
Yep.
they canned.
Turn it into jerky. Yeah,
Or
turn
they-
it into jerky.
Well,
Lasts a
you
long
can
time.
dig a cellar in the ground and it'll stay a certain temperature year round,
Exactly.
and you keep your
But
food.
you know what you're talking about, and yes, it was done before, and it can be done. But people are us the way we are now, we wouldn't be able to do it. I don't think. I mean, I know.
Well, we've got too
Some
used to
people
too
can,
many.
and some people do, but most
Yeah.
people are too spoiled
Yeah.
and live in the big city, and they don't want
Well,
to
I
do
mean, they make a phone call and their groceries are delivered,
Well,
or they get up and go to the store and get whatever they want, and then
it. And
it's
it's
nothing.
made us lazy
Yeah.
and
we've,
weak.
we've lost the knowledge to be able to sustain ourselves.
No, I think we still
Really?
have knowledge. We just don't have the ability.
We just don't
anymore.
apply it.
We don't live that way no more.
Yeah.
So we don't know how to live that way anymore. There are books out there that can show you that, yes. But I'm saying it was passed down from generation to generation. You grew up that way, so you knew how to live that way. We haven't lived that way in what?
No,
No,
100
but
years.
there are still
200 years
people
now?
that do,
150
and there's
years?
still people that have that
There's still people
knowledge.
that do it.
We
Yeah,
lived in the
there's still people
country.
that
I
do it.
grew up in the country for
Right.
part of my life with my great grandparents. We had a fruit orchard. We had goats. We had animals.
Yeah, we
in
had
the
apple trees and stuff.
storage and had a hand washer.
Yeah, but
We didn't
that
have all
generation hasn't been
Things.
passed down to your generation. Your kids don't do that, right?
They can.
Well, and then they're going to have kids that this could be
They
so
know how
far
to do it.
removed. People are so far removed, especially people in the city. They don't know how to do none of that.
Well, what she's saying is not everybody is. There are people that still.
There
do
are
this.
some, yeah,
Right.
there are some, but the
I
majority.
If it
know for a
happens-
fact. I know
If-
for a fact. I
if
know for a
something
fact down in the
happens-
Harlan area, they still do that stuff. They still live like
If
that.
something
Yeah, but that's a
happens
very
tomorrow,
small part.
75% of the population will be gone.
That's what I'm saying. There's
But
just
the
only
rest
a
of
small
us
part
can
that's still,
survive
and that group is shrinking further and further because they're dying off.
Ugh, you guys. I don't know.
I
I
can
hope
tell
it
you
don't
one
come to
thing:
that. I hope it
if
don't
the
come to
grid
that.
went down, I can survive.
You think you could? I
Yeah,
don't think
I
you
know I
Ray.
could.
I think
know
you're
I-
full of baloney.
Shit. I know I could.
We're not going to test that theory.
We have
anyway.
5 gardens,
It doesn't matter.
man. We have 5 gardens a year down here, and have all
But
kinds
the
of
problem
food in
is,
it.
if the electricity and grid failed, and everything went like that, you ain't going to have your 5 gardens anymore because everybody's going to come and take your shit.
Well,
So-
that's where you have to
They'll
defend
try
that
to.
stuff. Yeah, I mean, I've still got wood stove and stuff. I mean, I can produce heat.
Because people will go crazy and start
You
stealing
better
everything.
know how to keep your seeds for the next following year too.
Yep.
You gotta
Yeah,
know
just
how to
take them out and
plan.
dry 'em.
No,
Yeah.
there's a lot you got to do.
Oh yeah, it would be. It's not impossible, but it would be a hard task to go back to that.
But then you'd have to have
No, but
some way-
I believe you.
Yeah,
Like
that's the way of
90% of
cooking.
people would die off.
you got some way of cooking, some way of refrigeration. You got some way of
Yeah.
that would
Yeah.
take a lot right
If
now.
the electrical
It's
grid
so
went
negative.
down and the
Well,
water
no,
grid
no.
went down,
I didn't think that I would survive it. I mean, you're being
Even the
and you
water
have
grid.
water pumped to your house. What are you
Yeah.
gonna do?
because I've got a well. Well, we actually have 2
Well,
wells.
if the electricity
So we
goes,
have to
the
have a
water
pump.
stops pumping to your house.
Yeah. I know it.
That's
You
why
have
you
no
have
water
a
now.
well.
Now you have to dig a well. A well.
A whale?
Some people already have a
A
well.
well.
Well,
You
I've
have a
got
spigot.
2 wells on the property. Yeah.
Have a
I
well
just
and a
have to do a
spigot.
spigot instead of the pump.
And
But
then you
we
gotta
got
make
spring-
sure that
we got
that
3
water's
springs
drinkable
coming out of
too,
mountains
because it
here,
could be
too.
Contaminated.
I'm
You
just
can
saying
drink
where
it.
I live is a lot different from city. Like we got
That's why you put it on the
springs
fire.
coming out of the mountains. We got all that. I'm just saying, and I agree with Coy though. If electric went down, 90% of people would go. You know what I mean? They wouldn't know. They would either get killed by other people or they would starve. They couldn't survive. I mean, you think of how many millions of people are in these cities that
Yeah.
rely on someone else. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and then you got the older people that had to have electricity for whatever machines,
Medical,
stuff like that,
or medical stuff. How many people
Gotcha,
need medical
Thomas.
stuff? They would go. There would
That's
only
why I
be.
said 75% of the population would not make it.
No, I believe more than that. I believe it's more than that.
No, I think just about 75. I think 25% either have the knowledge, the ability, they can do
Yeah,
it.
across the world, I would say, yeah.
Yeah, I
75%.
mean the United States.
Yeah. Most people in the United States, there's a lot that would, but a lot that wouldn't. Majority wouldn't make it. I
Yeah.
agree with that statement.
Yeah, the majority
But,
won't.
No.
And Coy's right. If something did happen, then you get all the people in the cities going to be going out to the country trying to
Yep.
take whatever these we have and trying to take over that way so they
Yep.
can steal it, and then they'll be dead because they don't know how to do it.
Well, they don't know how
Yeah.
the country folk is either. You know what I mean? Country folk can just
That's
shoot
why I
and
said,
go on, you know.
you
Touch
can
it.
try.
Yeah. They can try to take it, but you know.
Yeah.
I mean, they would
that's
drain the
what happens.
stores. They would hit the store. There wouldn't be nothing on the shelves within a matter of days.
No. People
It
be
would all be
stealing from
cleared
each
out.
I'll
other,
be gone
killing
in,
each
in a
other.
probably a week.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
the stores, everything would
yeah.
be completely
Yeah.
gone. And they would go
Thomas
through the
said-
food like they would eat it like they eat every night. That's the problem.
Most people just want to go to the store and get their meat in styrofoam plastic wrap package. Most have no idea how many hormones and antibiotics and injections that animals had.
Yep.
Well, that's
First
true.
thing
That's true.
No, they're
First
too
thing I'd
worried
go
about
for is
Katy
dry
Perry
food.
going into space.
I'd go for something that was dry, that lasts.
The
Dry
only
food.
people in the UK who can have guns are farmers. Really? Huh. Well,
Yeah, they got crazy
have
laws
guns
over
here.
there.
Every blade of grass in America has a gun behind it. Somebody with a gun behind it. So we have a lot of guns here.
Yeah.
When they
That's
let
how
you
we
keep
stay. That's how we somewhat stay free. Somewhat.
Well,
least
that's
have a
why they
reason.
wrote the Second Amendment so we could,
That's
not
why they
be-
keep trying to fight the Second Amendment and
Yep.
trying to get it overturned
because
with all their little pieces. They're trying to make the pieces illegal.
they tearing it, they're taking
but you
pieces
can't
off
put
at a
them
time.
together.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Shut that door, will you?
They'll ply mine for my cold.
But here's the
dead
thing: they
hand.
chip away at our
Exactly.
Constitution. Every bill they pass, every little law they can pass, they're trying to chip away at that Second Amendment big time. I think because they want to control it. As soon as they do that,
Well, that's
then
funny
they
though,
know they can
because
control it.
that's funny though, because like 30 states after all this Joe Biden crap went to constitutional carry, where they made it legal in those states to carry firearms, keep firearms, and you don't have to have it even a
You're not
concealed carry
supposed to
license.
have a permit.
That's why they did away with it, because they went to constitutional carry. They're
Yeah.
saying, hey, we're
Well,
going back
that's
to
the
You're not
thing, you
supposed
don't-
to have a driver's license either.
No,
according
we're
to
supposed to
the
be free enough. We
Constitution.
can do whatever without breaking the laws. You know.
Yeah. I could get jailed if I.
Yeah, I
write the
heard
wrong
about
thing
that,
on there.
doctor.
Holy crap!
They're
doctor,
getting
that's
crazy
crazy.
about jailing people.
Yeah, I heard about it. Put people in jail for putting on stuff on Facebook. or
Hurt
something.
somebody's feelings, you're gonna go get arrested. That's crazy.
They arrested
That's
a teacher
nuts.
too, and all kinds of stuff for posting or saying something on Facebook. Yeah, they've
That's
been.
crazy, man.
That's brutally, man. Like talking about socialism and dictatorship. You know,
I could get jailed to write the wrong thing on here.
what do they call that though? But what does their government call it? Democracy. They're locking people up for hurting people's feelings.
Scotland is worse. Wow, that's crazy, man. That's
And the
crazy.
people
That's what they
take
were trying
it.
to do
People
here.
don't
That's
even
what they was trying
realize.
to do. That's what they were trying to do here, though. They wanted to censor
Yep.
social media, take down people like Joe Rogan, take down all the podcasts. Anybody that disagrees with them, they try to do that in 2020 and through 2024. They try to destroy it. They
Yeah.
try to take down YouTube. Anything you say on YouTube, they've done that. They've tried that shit.
Well, they're trying to make Mark Zuckerberg sell Instagram, Meta, and stuff. So
They canceled Easter so you don't upset the Muslims. What the hell? That's crazy, man. That is crazy. No, I mean, that ain't going to fly. Not here. Questions. Let's say if I was always on your streams, I participate, I comment on all your videos, and I like them. Let's say you know me to be a person who jokes around.
Tony,
Not sure
that's
what
not
that
a
means.
question. That's
that's
a
a
statement.
statement.
Yeah, that's a statement,
See,
not a
basic
question.
education is gone. They don't even teach that anymore. I mean, not with this guy. I'm
man.
talking like the Constitution.
Hey,
like,
man,
when's the last
that's
time a
true.
kid learned the Constitution in school? The Bill of Rights. What are they saying something about it in first grade, second grade, and then they never teach it any, or even nowadays, I don't even think they teach it in there anymore.
No,
I
it's
mean,
not
they
taught.
don't do any of that. These people are walking around and don't even know what people they flip out when they see someone filming in public, and they're like, "Why are they doing that? I'm scared. My feelings are hurt." They don't even know that we have rights to do that, or they have the rights to do
Yeah.
that. They feel
Tony,
like
I would
I'm
not be
serious.
offended. All four of us are white, so that's a fact.
Yeah,
I
I'm
would-
white.
yeah.
Well, I'm a little red. I got sunburn today, but yeah, I'm right. I'm white. We're all white on the stage.
What was the question? Would you be offended if I came in and said, "What's up, white folks"?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
No,
are
I
you
don't.
white? Are you black? I mean, how are you going
It
to
don't
say it?
matter.
Exactly.
We're white. You know,
Who doesn't? Who
too
cares?
many
I
people
mean-
try to make things racist that aren't.
I don't
racist.
live in a bubble. I don't get my feelings hurt. I don't need a safe space.
They don't teach the kids U.S. history, but they teach them about transgender weirdos.
Well, the thing
we're
is,
not-
man, it's not that. It's just
yeah.
that. It's not just that. They just stop teaching the basic
yeah,
stuff. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
quit teaching the basic
I
fundamentals.
agree, doctor.
They just,
yeah.
why not? I'm telling you, go up to anybody nowadays on the street and ask them to tell you
Somebody in the
any one
chat might
five
if they are that white.
freedoms on the First Amendment. You know,
Yeah.
If they get offended, then they can go somewhere else.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not on here trying to offend anybody, but if you do get offended, hey, you don't have to stay here. That's fine.
I
Do
mean,
you?
we're not here to offend anybody either, though. We're
No,
just here to
I-
talk. We like to hang out. And,
Doctor says I currently inhabit a white body, but my true form is energy. Well, that's true.
well, it's
Uh,
about normal.
That's very
Right.
true.
Thank-
And we discussed that on my channel.
Yeah.
Mystical themes.
Yeah, put your link out there.
I'm trapped in a guy's body that talks all the time. So man, I'm screwed either way.
And you know, it's
Yeah.
funny, but you know, there's people that do get offended when you talk about your genealogy and your history. But I'm here to tell you, we're all Heinz 57 because
That's right.
we don't know what happened 200 years ago between taking over
That's right.
countries, the Vikings
That's right.
coming in and doing their pillaging
That's
and
right.
raping. So, you know, we're all
Oh, we've got all the same DNA in us,
all
pretty much.
the same. It
Yeah.
don't matter your color. That's just the
Nope.
from the where you were originally from and your genetics.
Yep.
My son has an afro. My mother had an afro. And look, I'm as white as you can get. Okay? I'm a ghost. Most of the time I'm pale.
I'm a ghost. I'm a ghost. I'm a ghost.
But my son has you know, I had two uncles. One, his nickname was Fro because he had an afro.
I'm more
We're
of a
all
Hunt guy, but I
Heinz
get
57. There's no
it. Yeah.
like
Yeah, you're
Gloria
right.
I
said,
don't
we
see.
have
I
green
just don't
red.
see color. I don't look at my life like that. I don't look at people like. I don't look out past that. I don't look like at that. You know what I mean?
That's
Like
true,
I don't.
Doctor.
I don't base people on color and stuff. I base people on their, their mind, their heart, their
Tony's
morals,
more of a
their
Heinz guy.
values.
Oh
I
God.
just,
Just a canister.
I think we all need more dialogue. We all need conversations instead of everybody getting, not everybody, but the people that do need safe spaces or get their feelings
That's
hurt.
right, evil.
I think
Exactly.
what we're lacking in this country and what we've lacked for a long time is communication. Instead of asking questions and ask why you say these or you believe in these things or what you're doing, people just jump to assumptions and automatically, because maybe one bad experience, they assume all these people are the same and they're going to have a bad experience. So they get that fear going and anxiety, and
But Ray, it's
automatically
not
they
all
jump
about
to conclusions on
communication either.
people that
It's humanity. We've lost humanity.
That's what I'm saying. It's like people have, I mean, if you go out there in public in the real world, pick your camera up, start recording, walk around and see what people say. Then they freak out. You can't record me in public. Yeah, you can, because in public, you have no expectations of private. And there is not anything you can see from a public sidewalk or in public. You can record, you can take pictures of or whatever.
I just thank God they didn't have so many cameras back in the 70s.
Yeah. But people,
Yeah.
I'm saying though, there's people that really
Wally.
freak out over that stuff, man, and call the police. Well, he's still out here filming. So what? Like seriously, like it's a big issue with people when they don't, because they haven't been taught that we have actually rights, and they do too. They have freedoms that they don't even use and they don't even know they have because the education system, it falls back to being taught. We're not teaching that anymore. So
Yeah, there's a
We
lot of
don't
things
teach
wrong.
anything. Hey, American
American.
Outlaw.
How you doing, brother?
she's barking at her.
Yeah, it's a crazy world we live in. But we invite everybody in here. We don't care what.
Yeah,
color
we
you are,
don't.
care what country
Dude,
you
I'm in
come
here.
from.
That's
Yeah, if Ray's in here, anybody can be accepted on this thing.
You know, there's stories out there that really show how bad the world has gotten because, you know, when Coy was talking about the old ways and what we did, it was a community. The community raised the children. The community worked together to survive. And there's no community anymore. There were 3 kids in a townhouse in those, I forget what they call them. What do they call them? The condos that are right next to each other, like in New York.
yeah, condos
or whatever. But there were 3 kids for 5 years. They were in one of those homes with no supervision. They were malnourished. They were abused. They were neglected, and nobody around them knew. There's people who die, and they don't find them for 2 weeks. And they're dead in their home. 2 weeks.
Yeah,
And nobody's
2
checked on them. Nobody's cared.
Yeah.
So
you ain't
there's
talking about
no
that family in
humanity
California,
anymore.
are you?
There's no humanity. Huh?
You ain't talking about that family in California, are you?
There's California. It's in every
Where they
state.
where them? I know, but I'm saying that man and wife, they took their kids to Disneyland and they like kept them
No.
chained up in their bedrooms and all that. And they were like 20 and 18 and 22, and they looked like they were 12. They were so
No, that was a
malnourished and
different
everything.
story.
You know what I'm talking about, though?
Yeah,
you know,
I've seen that one, but
It's
that's not
been
the
years
one I was
back, but
talking about.
you know, yeah,
That's crazy, man.
yeah,
That's
it's
some crazy
it's
crap.
true, man. They had like 7, 8 kids, and they had them chained up to the beds. And, gosh.
Yeah, that's
And
crazy.
it was sad. They would take them out to like Disneyland and take big pictures of the whole family, like they were this happy family. And these kids was so skinny little. They looked like they were 8, 9 years old, and they were like 14 and 15 in real life, you know. And
Did you
the
see
older
the
ones
one
look.
he was 20 something years old and he was left and locked upstairs, and he actually started a fire
Yeah,
because he would rather die if he didn't get out.
Damn, that's not.
Yeah.
He was so malnourished that they thought he was like 12, like 10
Yeah.
or 12 or something.
yeah, and he was like 20. Yeah,
That's crazy.
people are evil,
That's
man.
crazy. Yeah, they
And
are.
that goes back
Sick
to
of
like
it.
she was saying, people were back then, you know, the community knew everybody. They raised the children. You know what I mean? It took a community to raise kids, and we actually, you know, we communicated and we, you know, we taught each other things and stuff like that, and we knew what was going on. And you know, now it's like everybody
And
needs.
that's not to say that there wasn't bad people back then, because there were, but because the community was so close, they took care of it.
Yeah.
It didn't
Yeah.
go for years and years.
Exactly. They did their own justice and they own their own.
Mountain justice. Good Lord.
Well, I mean, it's
Yeah.
just, you know, like we talked the other night, you know, back in my town, back in, you know, the boondock ages, a man didn't abuse his wife. A man wasn't mean to his kids. You know,
Nope.
the people
Community
took
took
care of
care.
that. Yeah. They didn't allow that stuff, man. If you two don't quit.
That's true, Evil. Can't let your kids loose in the community now. They might not come home.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, you got people like,
We
what's
ran
his
all
name?
over the place when we were kids. We were everywhere.
Ted Bundy.
Doesn't
You
have
got
no
people.
problem.
What was the guy that put on the clown makeup and was that Ted Bundy?
That was
No,
Gacy. That was
yeah,
John
Casey.
Wayne
Yeah,
Gacy.
John Casey or something. Or
Gacy.
something. Gacy.
John Wayne
Casey.
Gacy.
Yeah. I mean, even that was what, 70s, 80s, something?
Yeah, he was around for
And people
quite a
thought
few
he was just a
years.
local, a part of their community and this worker and everything, and and never suspected. I mean,
That's right, Doctor. Home time was when the sun went down when I was a kid. When the street lights come on, get home.
Yep.
we ran the streets, man. We would go. We'd ride our bikes, or we were out, and nobody
we did the
messed
same
with
thing.
us. Nobody.
Nope. It was a different
You,
world.
you did, yeah.
I mean, there
we,
was things that happened, but not like nowadays. Not like it is nowadays.
we were raised on like water hoses and playing in the mud
Yep.
and forts and
Yeah,
things that.
playing in the woods,
Well,
climbing trees.
it makes you wonder if things didn't really happen as often, or if it's because the media wasn't available like it is now. We just
Yeah.
didn't hear about all the bad things.
True, because they do push a
Yeah,
lot of.
could have been just as
stuff.
bad
They
back
do
then. We
say a
didn't
lot
hear
of-
about it. Yeah, could be. That's a good point. Ain't no street lights to tell time by in the country. No, there isn't. Amazing how parents didn't worry. Somehow they knew where we were without cell phones and tracking devices.
That's because the neighbors were calling, and you
Yeah,
always had that
yeah,
one that
they
was
always
watching out
do.
the window.
Yeah,
You need to get your boy.
Or you better be going. You better go home. I'm gonna call your mom.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was the tracking device back then. Your
Yeah.
neighbors.
Your neighbors
party
knew
line.
Yeah.
Knew your mom. Yep. And there'd be a phone call made.
And then the whole neighborhood knew all about it.
Everything that went down. Yeah, media amplifies it all. Yeah, well, that's their job. That's what they use them for, to amplify everything. Separation is the key to
The media is to herd the sheep in the direction they want to go.
Yep, exactly. Divide and conquer. That's what they do. There was a family who had a bell on their front porch. Once it rang, boom.
Yeah,
If they
like-
can separate and divide, then they
like the
can
dinner bell.
overcome us.
Yeah.
They can
Kinda
take
well.
over.
Yeah, that's what
If they-
that's what they've been trying to do for years, is divide us and
Yep.
tell us that we're racist. And really, in all honesty, the racism is not as bad as they act like it is. They try to push it because they want to divide you. They want to keep you divided, because if you're divided, you can't come together
And go
to
against
react
them.
to anything.
Yep.
Yeah, so they keep you divided so you don't come together. That's
And-
the
Yep,
whole
it's
point
all
of
diversion.
and they know that, because they know if we did come together, we'd all actually eventually realize what they're doing. Because
Yeah.
there's only so many.
And
percent
people
of
are realizing it more and more now.
Yeah,
But that was their whole goal, was to keep you divided.
a lot of people
divided.
woke up. Yeah,
We divided, we can't stand. We won't stand. You can't. It's just you don't
divided
have
we
that.
fall, together we
Yeah.
stand.
stand,
Well, there's
yeah.
no common
It's-
sense. We're not taught. We're not educated and taught.
Well, we
Yeah.
are. They were.
Made
They're
to
just the people
survive.
under us are not. It's
There's no common
Yeah.
sense anymore.
no,
No, it's
it's activism, and it's foolishness is what it is. It's all,
Well, it's just like I was talking about the other day. That's why they took away the trade schools. That's why they took away metal shop and shops out of high school, and took wood
oh, they
shop
took a
and
bunch
all
out of
that
ours. Yeah.
They did
We
all.
still
They
have-
got rid of all that. They got rid of all that because they wanted you to go to college. And why do they want you to go to college? They want you to go to college so they can indoctrinate you and twist your mind and make you their, sheep. That's what they want. They don't want to push the trades because they don't want you going into trades and thinking for yourself. They want to indoctrinate you. They want you to go to college so they can, basically brainwash your ass. That's what they want.
Yep.
It's sad.
Well, like I said earlier, the best thing to do, go to a 2-year trade school, get a good trade,
right.
start a job,
Sorry, evil. Sorry,
do a
evil.
business
Sorry.
degree online, get it online, so you know both ends of your skills, and
Yeah.
save your money. And if you're able to, start your own business, and you don't have to rely on them, and you can actually do the business part as well, so you don't have to rely on them or somebody else to do it for you. And you can if you're young enough to start that, and do that.
Well, it's so
Do it.
much easier nowadays too. You don't even need to go
Love
to
the
college
ball.
for business. They got apps that can take care of all that
Yeah.
for you.
Well, my daughter said her next semester is all online
Don't need
classes.
no
So she don't even have to drive
education.
every day
Right.
like she's doing
A
now.
lot of times
So-
it's the parents that aren't
Don't need
fulfilling their responsibilities. I worked for an attorney,
Sarcasm.
and if he didn't make, I mean, this was back in the 80s, so if he didn't make $400,000, he didn't make any money. And he had 2 kids, and he wanted to make sure that they had everything that he didn't have. And what he ended up getting was 2 drug addicts that spent most of their time either in rehab or in
Uh-huh.
mental therapy places because he gave them everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
They were never taught to survive on their own or to make their
Right.
own decisions. You have to be there. You have to let your kids make wrong decisions at times so they learn how to make the right decisions when it's important.
Well,
Yeah.
the only proof I can tell you to look at is when you allow your kids to do whatever and you spoil them to the point of no return, or then you teach them right. And and I know it's political, but look at Trump's kids and look at Biden's kids. That's all you need to know. Look how well mannered, how put together they work. They own businesses, companies. They don't drink, drugs, smoke, none of that.
That's
And then look
because
at
he
you.
made them
Yeah.
work. He didn't just hand them things. He made 'em
Exactly.
work for it.
Exactly. And everyone's like, well, Trump's daddy to give him 400 million. No, he didn't. No, he did not. Trump worked for his money.
Nope, you're absolutely wrong. His
Who?
dad
He gave him like
$1
$1 million. Yeah.
$1 million, loaned him $1 million.
But not 400 or 500 million. He didn't give him all that.
Will you let me finish? Damn it!
Yeah.
He loaned him $1 million.
I did
to
see
get
that,
his business
Tony.
started. He loaned him $1 million to get his business started, and then Trump paid back his dad. He
Yep.
paid his dad back the $1 million once he got started and got going. So, and that's okay to do.
Yeah. That's completely a father helping his son.
It was a loan. It was
Yeah.
business.
Yep.
that.
And that's the way he raised him, business. you know.
Get to his property. Wow. No, I didn't hear that. Oh, it's a crazy world we live in. Crazy, crazy world.
I'm just
Well, let me
saying,
ask you this.
for
Let me
my
ask you
advice
this.
is everybody shouldn't get so sensitive over things that people don't understand.
Well, that's the problem. People are they react without thinking about stuff. They react without really giving any thought to things.
Well, media and news has pushed fear into people so much that they don't know there's so many lies out there. They don't know what they can do and what they should actually just mind their business
Kids,
about or what,
Me too.
Yeah.
What was your question, John?
Do what?
What was your question?
I don't know. I got lost.
He's old, Ollie. He forgets.
Oh, my question was, so everybody on the panel and in the chats, do you think things will get better from this point on, or do you think things are just going to just keep getting worse and worse and worse?
They're going to keep getting worse because we have too many sheep in our country.
Okay.
I just want my robot.
I just want my robot.
Hey,
I'm just waiting
Oh,
for the day that Tesla comes out with my, sidekick.
I'm just glad I'm
My
old.
helper. My helper. I need a helper.
I don't know about worse or better. I can't predict the future. All I can say is we're always going to have government. And no matter what side they're on, we're going to be the second class citizens and we're going to struggle, and they're not. Now, depending on how you want to define that question, are we going to be better, like its prices, stuff like that? Maybe. I think it'll fluctuate up and down.
I mean as human beings, just in general.
I think we're going to just continue to keep people or not me personally, but I think the people are going to continue to, just be a slave to the machine, man. It's going to get worse, the more stuff that comes out, the more things people are going to just.
Didn't Jesus say that So it was in the time of Noah. It will be in the times same way. So it's going to get bad then, right?
History repeats constantly. We see
People-
history repeating because we don't learn. Until people start learning and standing up for what's right and doing what is right, as in what is humanity, and get off of all of this racism and
Brainwash.
discrimination and all this just illusions that are out there, and start thinking for themselves, it isn't
Yep.
going to change. It's not going to
Well,
get better.
when Jesus sets up his kingdom on the earth, then it'll all come back right.
But I'm saying for now, no, I think there's too many people brainwashed. They allow the media, they allow government officials, they allow people to brainwash them with these ideas and these fears, and they believe that shit. You know what I mean? And they believe that they are completely doing the right thing, and they don't know better. You know, I mean, like they believe they should get out here and do these things that these politicians tell them, or the news media tell them, or they keep them in fear. You know, and you know, oh, they're not. You're going to have no rights. You're not going to have nothing. You're not going to get to this. But they can't even tell you what the First and Second Amendment or the Third Amendment is, or any of this stuff. They don't. All they're going on is we can't have a baby, or we can't. They're going to take our rights away, and they're saying that and screaming, and they can't. And it's mostly these young people too. Like they can't tell you what even the rights are. You know what I mean? They can't even tell you what's in the Constitution or the Bill of Rights. Or they can't tell you what's the First Amendment, Second, Third, Fourth, Fifth, Sixth, Seventh, Eighth, Ninth, 10th, up to. I mean, it's crazy.
I feel like 100 years from now, the Gaza Strip will be like chaos, and the U.S. will still be arguing about the same crap. Probably right. Yeah.
If we
be
should
the
build
same
luxury
thing over
hotels over there, and it should be a destination spot.
Tony, I have doubts that the country will be recognizable in 100 years. I kind of agree with that. And fear can be a good thing and also a bad thing. I also agree with that.
Yeah, fear is healthy.
And-
Panic
and
is.
everyone has a indoctrination pad in their pocket that can't. Yeah, that's a good point, doctor. That's a good point. Everyone has an indoctrination pad in their pocket they can't do without. That is right. They got you stuck on that for a reason. I just
Stuck
bought
on
my
you,
stepson a copy
baby,
of the Bill
yeah.
of Rights and the Constitution. Yeah, that's a good thing to have. I doubt there are 100 years left. Yeah, that's a good point too. Uncensored. I don't know.
Evil. I carry it with me everywhere, buddy. I carry it with me everywhere.
I think we should still hold out hope. You know,
Carry it with me
Yeah,
everywhere.
can't walk around negative. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to be a negative person my whole life or anything like that.
Well, no, I'd like to live positive, but I'd like to think that people would actually want to.
Declaration of Independence. There you go, Ollie.
Would want to, make
And the
this society
Constitution.
better for us. Yep.
There you go.
I feel like they're, it's like they're against
Cool
us,
evil. Yeah, but do you think? Let me ask you this then. Do you think that we'll ever get to the point, especially in this country, that we'll say enough's enough? The American people will come together and say enough's enough, and
Depends
We
on
already
the
have.
war. What? Yeah, there's a way we did. Yeah.
we already
No, we
have. Is that
didn't.
what you're saying?
When?
When
When
we
Trump
win.
was voted back in, because that to happen was very likely. If the country didn't come together and vote him in, he wouldn't be there. So
Even
you had
I ordered this off Amazon.
probably had 90% of the people wanted to change.
But there's still people that's not making any changes. The people
Well,
that are in,
those are the
in
ones that
the
scream the
Senate,
loudest, but they
in
didn't
the
scream
House.
out enough, because
but they're not
Tell me,
fixing it.
Trump would not have won if there wasn't some Democrats that voted for him.
No, but what she's
It's
saying
voting.
is even with that being the case, things are not getting done. Is what she's
That's
saying.
because they're throwing roadblocks in there, because they're taking
Every 5 minutes.
judges and they're
That's
trying
what-
to
that's
sue
what I'm
them for
saying.
everything.
That's what I'm saying. So it's going to be hard.
But
for
in
us
the
all
end, they're going to
together.
lose, though. It's going to eventually turn around. It's not
As
gonna
long as we have wars,
years.
though,
He's
Yeah.
not going to be able to do enough in
Well,
4
he's
years
got
to
4
make a
years, but we got
difference.
to work on getting.
And there's
the
nobody
next
else out
person.
there.
You know,
Yeah, that's a
you
good
got
point.
Vance. You know, he can get elected. He can keep the MAGA party, going. Plus, you have
If
Trump's.
Trump's in the background running everything.
Yeah,
like
and then you got
Obama
Trump's
did.
siblings. I mean, not siblings, but kids that might run too. You don't know.
Yeah.
So we don't know, but I think things will are going to start turning because the people want it. You just don't.
Yeah.
Those people don't scream as loud as the other people. You don't hear them on the news. The news just throws things out there that they want you to hear.
Yeah, but you've got people that are going out and they're getting paid to do protests that they know
Yeah.
absolutely nothing about.
Exactly.
There's too many sheep that
And
are
they-
following instead of
I
standing
agree
up
with
and
it. If there is a lot of
something
sheep, but
about
they were doing that same thing when Trump was running, and he got reelected.
Stuck on you.
So there's no way he could have got reelected just on the Republican Party. There had to
I
been
agree with that,
independents
though.
and there had to been Democrats that voted for him. So the
I get
majority of
that,
the people
and
wanted
I agree with
He
it.
gained 25% of the black population, or so much
Yeah.
of the voters in that.
But what
He,
what
he
I'm
gained.
saying is
He
there's
Wait a
gained.
not
minute. Wait a
enough
minute.
people-
Wait a minute. Let Lolly talk because we're all trying
There's
to talk
not
over each other.
there's not enough people to stand up and have a revolution. There's not enough people that will stand up together.
No,
On
not to
January
just,
6th. What happened on January 6th? It's the same thing. The people that do stand up and have the guts to stand up, they get pushed under and ran over
Right,
because
but I'm
there's not
saying
enough to stand up with them.
but I understand what you're saying. I'm saying the majority of the people think like we do because the majority of the people spoke when they voted Trump in.
Well, if you
When
really
are they
want
going to show it?
Now,
Well,
When's
If
Pelosi
you-
going to get put into prison for
Never.
treason?
never.
Well,
It ain't
I
never
just
gonna
saw on the internet that Trump's talking about going after Fauci, putting him in jail.
It
Okay,
ain't
but
ever
wait a
going to
minute.
happen
But wait
because
a
there's
minute.
too many
But wait a
people
minute.
fighting against it.
Lolly's right. Until we see Fauci in jail, Pelosi has
Schumer,
to be
all of
held accountable. Schumer has to be held accountable.
Obama,
That one, Obama.
It's very
Biden's
hard
whole
to
family.
convince people
got-
that are in the government.
Until you hold these people accountable, I mean. But okay, put that aside.
You just got to vote the people out. You got to get those people
Yeah.
out of there.
Well, that's true. But
Then
I
there won't
mean,
be a problem
How are we
anymore.
going to vote them out when they're rigging the elections?
well, they
we
just
did
made a
this
big
time.
step
We
toward
got
that. They
propane,
just made a
so
big. They just
it's
passed that
possible.
law where you had to prove that you are an American citizen. They just passed that.
It has
law,
nothing
so
to do with the election base.
Who is
You
it?
got to overwhelm it like they did this time.
This country's too diverse for anything like that to happen.
No.
There's too many people that don't. These people do insider trade. They're worth millions and millions of dollars to have too much
I agree.
power to allow certain things to happen. They're going to buy people off. They're going to pay people off. Too many backdoor deals.
I mean, you see what all Trump went through. They tried to put him in jail. They tried to destroy his business. They tried to put his kids in jail. They tried to kill him, but he still made it through. So it's possible.
And when we actually have a trust fund or a slush fund for the senators and Democrats and Republicans on both sides, a slush fund to get them out of trouble when they do wrong crap, something's wrong there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Until
They
they
shouldn't be
bring
doing
back-
that. They shouldn't be getting out of that. They shouldn't be, their
No.
DUIs or their drug dealings and their cons.
Until they bring back the laws of the Constitution and enforce the treason laws, nothing's going to change.
And you know
Because
those
they
people.
get paid, they get their money, they're lining their pockets.
Well, that's why they're trying to
They
cut
don't
all
care.
this money off. That's what the Doge was about. To try to cut all this funding out, get rid of it, so these people can't have access to that money. And look at
And in
that.
4 years,
look
they're
at
gonna
that.
be
Was it
back and
Letitia
doing it again.
James that went after Trump? Now she's in trouble.
Yep.
For doing
She did the things that she accused him of doing that he didn't do.
real estate fraud.
Well, I think you're right. A lot of these people are being outed, and I agree with that. And I absolutely agree with you, Coy, that 80% of the country believes like us that us four on the panel, they believe our way, and it's only 20% that go the opposite way, and that's why Trump got back in. I do.
Well, yeah, those people that scream are the people that aren't going to work every day and raising families. You don't have time to go out there in the streets and scream and protest when you have, to go to work every day and you have to take care of your kids. The people that are out there screaming and hollering don't have kids or family to take care of, and they're paid by Soros to go do it.
Yeah.
So that's a very small portion of the population. The people that actually stood up for Trump.
But that being said, my question was, though, and I agree with you that 80% is one way, leans more right, and then more like us, and then 20% are which are to have the louder voice, because we tend to be more quiet, or the other way. But my point is that 80% willing to come together and basically do something that they have to, because Trump's got 4 years, less than that now. Who comes after him? He's a billionaire. He can't be bought. You put anybody else out there, they can be bought because they're not billionaires. So what happens after him?
That's my point.
It
doesn't. Problem. We can't fight it. The normal.
No, we'll never have another revolution.
We don't have enough money to fight it. We don't have enough ability to be able to fight the things that are going on. It's just like in your cities and communities. Look at Arizona. They were investigated by the FBI because of how corrupt their police force is. It's still corrupt. Yeah. Because we, as an average person who is having to deal with this on a day-to-day basis, cannot fight it. We can't take it to court because we don't have the money to waste for 6 years of our life fighting it in appeals court, or fighting corrupt judges, or waiting for somebody else to get into office that's going to do the right thing.
Or the DA won't even look at us, or any of that. They side against, us.
Until they start making people pay for what they're doing and make them accountable for the wrong that they're doing, nothing is going to change. It'll be the same way it's been for the last 100 years.
Government's too big, and the government has military. We'll never be able to stand up against it completely. Even if everybody stood up, or most people stood up, government still has military. They still could take us out quick. That's just the facts, The only time I ever see this country standing back up like a revolution or anything would be, a war on our land. Another, a war or something that would be here and not some far country away,
Abel, she's on my Discord, so I'll get it to her.
Doctor says the debt will get wiped out when they switch to cryptocurrency as the new primary fiat currency. I don't know.
Yeah, we're going to end up going back to the barter system because there's too many people out there that won't go crypto.
Yeah.
Well,
it's going to be a tough deal.
There's people out there that can't afford to go to the crypto. They can't. They don't know what it is. There's just
some of us are willing to fight.
Yeah, that's right. Tell them.
Hey, bud.
Is there enough of us willing to fight, though? That's the problem.
Are there enough of us good enough to fight?
That's true, too. Or brave enough.
There we go. Get you on. Let's see. There you go.
What's he got going on there? I can't see it.
Oh,
what is it?
Well, his vest.
Oh, gotcha.
Combat vest, yeah.
He's ready. He's ready.
I've been ready.
Yeah, you too. Me too.
You gotta stay ready, man. You gotta stay ready.
Because all it takes is one election, and they. No. Imagine what they would have done if she would have won. How worse it would have been. They want to put socialism on us. They want to be dictator. They want to run us. They want us to follow line and suit. That's why I said, imagine if she would have won. She's looking at school bus wheels and space and stuff. Who would have been running the country behind her? I don't care if anyone says Obama. I think it'd have been worse than Obama people running the country if she would have won.
Yeah.
I mean, I truly think it.
Lost in the fishing trip.
I think it would have been truly, we would be all on frenzies right now. It would be
Yeah.
complete mess.
Yeah.
I mean, truthfully. I just,
All right,
I-
fellas and Phillettes, Lolly and Coy and Ray, I got to get off here because I got 5, 6 grandkids.
Oh, yeah,
in
you
the
got
house,
kids,
so I got to
so-
go spend some time with them. So it's getting late.
Well, thanks for letting me on tonight. It was
Anytime
fun.
when we open mic, anybody's welcome up on.
we
open
do it
mic
Wednesday
night.
nights
Boy, I
too. No
love
one
the
just comes on and
discussions.
talks
Thank
with
you.
us. You know,
Yeah.
Yep.
I appreciate you all being here. Check out Mythical Rider, Mythical Themes channel. I think you got one coming up Tuesday.
Yeah.
You have one coming up Tuesday. Okay.
Yeah, we
check
got
her
a
out on
live Tuesday.
Check her out. Always check out Ray's Meadow Life. Coy's Lost in the Woods when he gets some stuff up, and all the great channels out there. There's so many of them. I can't go through all of them, but everybody knows the Morning Coffee, Moto, and all them. Check everybody's live streams out. There's just so many good ones out there. I can't name them all, but we appreciate
was
you guys
awesome
hanging out with us.
tonight.
Yeah, really appreciate you
Thank you.
coming up, Lolly. It's been awesome. Had a great night. Thanks for being out in the chats. Hope to see you guys on the next one. Check out the Rabbit Hole Sunday night. We're doing we're basically just doing an open mic night then too. So if you guys want to come up, anybody wants to come up on the stage, you're more than welcome. Ray won't be able to make it, so the one we had planned, we're going to put that off till Ray's there because it was Ray's baby. So we're going to put it off till Ray can be there. So check us out on the Rabbit Hole, and I think that's it for the weekend. No, check out Ray or check out Moto's Motobomb Virginia's. We got live stream tomorrow night, so check him out. And with that
Happy
being
Easter
said,
to those that celebrate.
have a great Easter. Be safe, and I appreciate every one of you. See y'all on the next one. Take care now.